the Pog Championship.
All right, yo, hello, good afternoon. We are here. We're gonna have a real comfy, cozy, unknown mystery time here with Willard and Wallkicks fighting off on Mystery Pogchamp Season 10. This is actually a pretty round inverted already. And we've already got shuffled. Oh no, Wallkicks, go back. Oh no. We're already starting off kind of sketchy. It's fine. Everything is fine. So this is Mystery Pogchamp Season 10. Absolute veterans. I think Wallkicks and Willard have probably been a combined here for, I don't know, like 15 plus seasons. We got some real great treats here from our last season 9 champion, Andy. Him and his Twitch chat has graciously given us these wonderful Mystery Pogchamp weights. And already we are starting off with Willard and Wallkicks both rolling inverted and some combination of pottery lottery. I can also see that as tradition, Wallkicks has still not remembered that he has pseudo boots. That was actually one of the greatest benefits and loving things that both in this case Zelga, Andy's predecessor, and of course Andy decided to give us, is that it is, if you do not get starting boots, you always get guaranteed starting pseudo boots. And Willard actually has, you know what, Willard, we might as an admin team be kind of turning a blind eye to some of Willard's previous season 10 activity. I had maybe seen, in his stream, maybe do a little bit of practice, so he might, kind of have an idea of, what's going on. Willard is already checking for hints. It looks like there are hints already on in this particular case, so they were going to be, pretty helpful. I had even heard that the last Mystery Pogchamp race, hints were definitely extremely helpful, and actually I believe it definitely helped turn the tide to Telethar versus the lane, who ended up taking, of course, Telethar taking the win in the losers bracket for an early match last night. Wallkicks actually maybe not having as good of luck. We've also got some overworld enemizer. Wallkicks still has not touched his A button apparently, because we still don't see any dust whatsoever. But from this, it maybe looks like that. At least maps are not going to be shuffled because, yes, do not adjust your screens. It is, in fact, Wallkicks, despite the fact that you did see a map check on his side. Maybe he only does that for cross keys, that he doesn't check the maps. But, well, I don't remember also the last time he didn't play a non-entrance. See, that wasn't a Mystery Pogchamp, so... All right, but looks like, Willard, maybe a little bit fresh off of, some recent Mystery Pogchamp seeds, looking like he might know how to expect. I believe in the race room they did mention something like he went on a 3-hour sword hunt, which, it can, be an interesting experience, of course. However, for, I think, everybody's sake here, we would maybe like for them to, not go on a 3-hour sword hunt. All right, but looks like we've got some so we do have some enemizer. We do actually see like all of the pots here are purple colored. Hopefully that is an indication to Wallkicks that yes, you should in fact be picking up these pots, because you can in fact have items. We actually do see that one of the biggest differences, at least for Willard versus Wallkicks, is that Willard does in fact have the half magic that we got at Link's house. The good news for Wallkicks is that once he maybe eventually hopefully realizes this, like the half magic is really hard to miss in his house, in theory. Wallkicks is really testing out the potential for damage shuffle here in the overworld, in dungeons. Maybe we could try and get a little bit of extra health, hopefully. We are seeing a little bit more caution in this case. But yeah, these bombs though, they might be coming kind of at a premium, because I'm not really. Oh no, we want that architecture. It's okay. It's okay. I'm sure it'll come back. We just have to make our way to the back of Thieves Town, hopefully. Now, we're not actually quite sure if the big keys, like any of the type of key stuff, is shuffled. We have seen in this case, the maps are looking like they're not shuffled somewhere, so they're moving the nudge it, because otherwise we won't be able to get that automatic C and be able to do the map check. But in terms of compasses, don't know if it's boss shuffle yet. Don't know if the big key is here. Don't know if the compasses are shuffled. Just have to go and find out and see. And the fact that we kind of only have a very limited number of bombs and or money might make our lives a little bit more difficult here. I'm actually not sure. Oh, Willard trying to actually use those pseudo boosts in order to kind of damage boost bonk over. But yeah, pseudo boosts in this case have maybe about half or maybe like a third or something of the bonk distance, so maybe it doesn't quite work as well. Hopefully, we're going to be able to make some amount of headway into, you know, the next screen. Now, of course, Willard, I believe, actually is pretty partial to swordless types of seeds, despite the fact that he did go on a sword hunt, you know, for 3 hours last night. But, you know, that being said, though, you know what? Even better, Willard is the first one to that hammer. It does deal actually a permanent weapon, and of course temper sword damage, which is great. However, the hammer's hitbox may actually be worse than just trying to avoid the enemies to begin with. But you know, you're always going to be pretty happy in order to have this hammer. And of course, if it is actually swordless, that we will have to try and find out later, because we don't have really an indication whether or not it is actually swordless now, that hammer is going to be real nice and very required in order to get pretty much anything off of like the tablets. Not required to get into the like Mire and Turtle Rock for medallion access. But you know, certainly will be maybe certainly required for Ganon if that's the particular goal. We got a small. Okay, given that we have a small key to Hyrule Castle, looks like that's actually our first small key, and our big key. Oh, okay, but no text box. So I guess it looks like maybe big keys aren't going to be shuffled, but small keys are going to be shuffled. That being inverted, I would not be surprised if the small key to Thieves' Town is actually here somewhere. That would be, I mean, just because it doesn't really look like maybe we have that many more options. But the fact that we do have the big key on Willard's side, oh my gosh. And the hammer, of course, Wallkick's also picking up his hammer as well. It is going to, oh my god. Okay, so if you thought the first 4 screens of Thieves' Town is bad with Enemizer, yeah, I think we're in for quite the treat in the back of Thieves' Town as well. Small key to Eastern as well. Okay, so the fact that we have a small key to Eastern, nice simultaneous deaths, but I like the solidarity between Willard and Wallkicks. Not only, of course, absolute synced deaths, we've also got a couple of W's maybe to trade back and forth, so... yeah, that's right. As I was saying, the small key to Eastern is interesting because it does seem like that means that at least key drop is on, or maybe there's some sort of like enemy shuffle. You typically don't see the Eastern Palace small key because it's in a pot, but of course, it's being pot a lotto, certainly probably more expected that it will eventually show up somewhere. The fact that it's showing up this early. I did hear that Wallkicks is one of those people who really don't consider Eastern Palace dippable unless we have everything to clear it. You might be, you know, of course, Shady, one of the proponents of the Eastern Palace dippable emote, actually, in fact, does use the Phoenix Torque sprite, so it actually does apply for everyone that wants to have everything prepared for Eastern before we go in. In this case, we also might have to maybe need an extra small key as well. There's one more out there somewhere. There's one in Eastern for the pot, and then there's, of course, one on the Igor. If it's not enemy key drop as well, we may only have to find that one Eastern small key, but we're gonna have to see. Yep. Oh, see, Willard, very, very brave, being able to use the hammer head-on to kill these shadow dudes. It's really scary. I don't know what happened to the red shield on Wallkick's side. Maybe it was a mirage. Maybe we don't need the shield anyway. Surely it doesn't have to be blind. Willard has made progress. He has survived to the back of Thieves' Town. We're gonna see in this case what's underneath the pot, but we can also see if the boss is beatable. I'm wondering how you're supposed to kill these Stalfos Knights if you don't necessarily have the bomb. Okay, we have another small key to pod. Okay, we might be required. Probably is going to be required. All right, is this... we have... looks like nothing. Okay, so So it still could be boss shuffle. If it is boss shuffle, it's going to be vanilla blind. And in this particular case, because of the new version of doors, you are gonna have to go rescue the maiden and you know, open the door and the rooftop and everything. But in this case, it looks like we can't really make much more progress because you don't have a theme stone small key. Wall kicks though. I don't think he got everything that Willard actually got. You see, I think he most likely is also, yeah, it's just, I know Wall Kicks doesn't auto track, but I'm pretty sure he didn't get the pot small that Willard has in his inventory. But you know, it's fine. I'm more than willing to accept and in fact encourage maybe for Wall Kicks to go do something slightly, you know, different. And be able to maybe come back with better equipment. Oh, thanks, Surrender. Okay, so Wallcase forgot the pot. Yeah, right. So I'm not sure in this case if Wallcase realizes that it's Potolato. Like all of these little different things that he's getting from enemies is like an indication that, hey, like something, it's not just, you know, stuff in chests or key sanity or whatever, right? Because he's getting hearts or bombs or magic. So things have to be in pots. I just don't think that he's actually lifted like one yet. Now that being said, he also hasn't dashed yet. It's been over almost 11 minutes, and we still have yet to see Boots Dust on Wall Kicks aside. It's okay. You know, Thieves Town was pretty traumatic. There were a lot of things that you needed to go concentrate on, so... and good thing also Wall Kicks has exactly enough bombs for Hype Cave. That was kind of scary. Oh, hey, okay, it's the compass to Thieves Town. Okay, so that means the compass are shuffled. And we have a bottle. Yeah, meanwhile, though, Willard looking is, he is going to, he is currently in Skullwoods, going through the easiest room in the game, getting another small key, to Swamp. Okay, oh right, Swamp is also a dungeon that does exist, yes, I remember. Oh right, I should actually try and type settings in. I will do that as soon as we end up trying to get a little bit of downtime. Willard. So Wall Kicks is in fact in check. I think he can only really check the pyramid item at this point. It's also fine because, you know, inverted, when you're in the dark world for inverted, you don't have a lot of options. And especially now we don't have flippers or anything like that. I guess we have the hammer. We are short a little bit of in a financial bind here because while we do have logical access to pod, we don't really have the funding or the entry fee covered. So we're gonna have to go and farm a little bit of extra cash. Is really trying here. He is 1 rupee short. But, you know, there's plenty of stuff in order to do here in theory, the back of Skullwoods. And yeah, you can see Willard. Again, I don't really know if there's still going to be stuff on enemies that we need to go see. We do not have a flashing true horror blue square yet. I did not see that we have the compass of Skullwoods yet, but if somebody does go back to Thieves Town, specifically Wall Kicks, we have the compass. We can actually see in this case if there is in fact a blue flashing square, which means we would have to go kill everything. And yes, Wall Kicks, I think, just maybe confirming in this case that it is in fact not entrance. We actually saw a lot of vanilla entrances, and of course, you know, we could get a lot of RNG saying that a lot of things are vanilla or looking like, you know, kind of vanilla, but it actually can be, you know, can be randomized. But in this case, we're probably going to be convinced that it's going to be, you know, just vanilla entrances, vanilla drop downs. Yeah. Okay, this is going to be Willard really doing his due diligence, being able to farm up all of the extra resources from enemies, so he is actually not as resource starved in this particular case. Alright, I am very glad to see Wall Cake starting to pick up pots, you know, like, oh, we got a bow! Oh, that's sick! Given, I think, and the real boots! Okay, Wall Cakes, you better start dashing. Okay, it was only under 15 minutes. You know, I'm very proud of Wall Kicks. Maybe he was, you know, we can ask him, maybe he was taking a stance, you know, against pseudo boots. I don't actually think he's against pseudo boots. But I'm glad the fact he has real boots meant that he is now actually able to, you know, press the A button. Maybe a little bit remorseful that he picked up the pot, so he had to bomb jump over, but looks like he got everything covered. Speaking of getting killed, Enemizer, thank you. We have a lot of some pretty touch and go enemies. I mean, so Skull Woods in general, you know, it's because it's being the Dark World, it can still be pretty dangerous. These enemized enemies haven't really been much easier. I would actually argue that the fact that we don't have red guards in regular Skull Woods, actually this is harder because, well, I know that wall kicks pick up the boots. I don't think it really helps counter the speed of the red guards that basically will just chase after you and, you know, destroy you. Alright, Willard, of course, doing his due diligence and remembering this case that, yes, if you play Potalotto, that there are pots in locations that, well, that you may not necessarily expect, right? So, I mean, I know Potalotto have been around for, let's say like a good while, but it is, you know, a good number of people have already played it for a bit. Recent Avian Art Tournament has certainly kind of emphasized a lot of these more door rando features, right? Potalotto, swap keys, logical enemizer, you know, for instance, true horror, blue square flashing. And so I think people do have probably a decent idea. Willard does not want to spend the money for the hint. Very understandable, because he might have pot in his mind, and if he spends 20 rupees now, I'm not sure where he's gonna go get the money. But yeah, so wall kicks, I'm not sure how, I guess, how much he's, I would say, branched out from just his regular, probably like entrance modes. He's certainly done a lot, you know, with cross keys, with retrance, co-op cross keys. He has like 3 titles or something. The most recent one, of course, being the Cross Keys 2023 champion, overall champion. And I think he played his like second door seed in this tournament, and I believe he also set, not only of course was it that the inaugural season 10 mystery Pogchamp seed against Matt, it was also the longest one for the record setting of, I believe, like a win time of 5 hours and 41 minutes to finish, breaking, I think, the last like season 2 record of like 5 hours and 20 some. So so Walkie certainly has perseverance, he has persistence, and if given enough time, it looks like actually he can actually succeed. He just has to kind of, you know, figure things out probably more so along the way. Thank God. I mean, I think getting this hammer early actually, you know, was, I mean, it's always better, but like, man, can we maybe? I think a sword would really make these guys feel a lot better as well. Assuming, of course, we know that swords are, in fact, in the item pool somewhere. The fact that this is, well, Potalotto, all the stuff are going to be shuffled not only within chests, maybe within enemies, and pots as well. It's going to be a bit harder to maybe find an item that you're, you know, really looking for, right? Sword, glove, hammer, you know, stuff like that, without maybe seeing, this case, some more like obvious tells, right? Like the Bombos medallion on the floor of Ice Palace, if the fact that we can actually open the barrier at the top of Hyrule Castle, stuff like that. Now, okay, so right, so I think Daruk actually said that, yes, unfortunately Willard took an early exit from Skull Woods because he could not get to the front due to an unfortunate obstacle, flying obstacle in his way. So he doesn't actually have the bow that Wall Kicks has. However, that being said, we don't need the bow here on right side pod, because while it could be bow locked, a logical enemizer says that you don't necessarily need one if it doesn't shuffle in enemies that require a bow to kill. Willard, fight. He's trying real hard. Now that being said though, in this case, if we do have to kill enemies, like for example that dead rock, if it's logical enemizer and there's something there, you actually might have to come back, in this case with the powder, or quake for that matter. We are awaiting our true horror, flashing blue light as soon as we find the compass to pod somewhere out in the wilds. Or in this case, if we ever go back to Thieves Town, which I assume we will at some point, we're gonna go see the blue square there as well. Oh, thank you so much, Dante. Sorry, I forgot, in this case, to pin. I'm gonna pin this thing. This for the settings. This message is already pinned, Dante. He is always 3 steps ahead of me. Thank you. Yeah, So Wall Kicks is certainly spending a lot more time here in the front of Skullwoods. Of course, Willard taking an early exit, that's perfectly fine. Looks like we are going to go at least to the back. Yes, this is actually really good. Oh, but Willard finding the pearl, actually. So for those of you who are potters, pot, of course, is in fact quite valuable. We are actually one glove away from regular Light World access. That is going to be something that we are needing because this is not entrance. You can't find some really nice connector over to the Light World. You have to find your own way there, the old-fashioned way. Glove for sure will get us there. Mitts in inverted, depending on what happens, may not necessarily be required. Certainly will be quite nice if we can get mitts, but maybe logically speaking, you can potentially finish the seed without mitts. But yeah, we're suddenly going to spend a lot more time in dungeons, and of course very good on Willard and Wall Kicks especially to be able to try and go to rooms where you may not see normally we go to otherwise, right? Because like for example those the enemized mimics, right? They can actually drop something. There are pots back there. There's an enemy, like maybe even leading up to the basement of pod, like that can actually have something. So we're gonna try and spend a little bit of extra time. We're just getting like all of these arrows and ammunition and unfortunately we don't have a bow in order to go use them. I think it actually be quite nice in order to have some, not only have a melee weapon, but also in this case to have a ranged weapon. And given that we have so many, looks like things that drop arrows, and we have the flippers as well. Oh man! All right, pod is definitely loaded. Oh, hey, look, we got the compass. 107 checks. 2 pod. Not guaranteed, of course, to be in the same dungeon. We just see that there was a compass thief sound in Hype Cave. But oh, hey, look, our good friend. Where's Matt? I don't know if he's running the NMG Weekly, but we now see that we have the flashing blue square that everyone is so of, especially Matt and Wall Kicks, affectionately displayed on Willard's half. Shoutouts to Dante for providing the excellent artistic touch for the emo creation. Alright, Willard is trying to make his way over, so I don't think that bow really has really hampered his progression here in pod. Just because in this case we didn't actually see that the bow lock side of pod that's traditionally bow locked is actually bow locked because, well, everything's been kind of enemized out and Willard is still be able to make progress. Now, of course, Wall Kicks, yes, now kind of realizing that pots are indeed a thing. Maybe he'll... Oh, and he, of course, yeah, did go back to his house and get all the pots, so he does have half magic. We are eventually making our way over to pod.
Hello.
Yo, Jam, how's it going?
Hi, it's going great. I'm no longer a question mark. I'm now an exclamation mark.
I'm sorry, you are YJam. Okay, yes, hello. Jam, did you happen to notice what was on Willard's screen at the time when we found the pod compass and there was a flashing blue square?
Ooh. I love blue squares.
Yeah. In fact, we actually have the inaugural one half of the first game of Mr. Pogchamp Season 10, Wall Kicks. Also was, I believe, introduced to the blue square of pleasantry and fun and sunshine and rainbows.
Oh, and it's Enemizer too. Perfect.
Yes. Yes, it is Enemizer. Yeah, so Dante was actually quite nice to be able to pin some of the settings. It is Enemizer, it's enemy drop, it's Podolotto. And it's inverted, of course. That's why we're here in pod so early. Everyone here is in for such a fun time, let me tell you.
Yeah, well, what have I joined? That's just great.
Well, you might have joined a seed or a setting that you might have actually liked to have rolled from your earlier versus Matt. I think Matt was pretty happy, honestly, to not get this, but we can only get we can't make everybody happy,
Yeah, no, well, that's probably. Oh, he found a sword. He's definitely happy right now.
Sword! Oh my gosh. Okay, so these guys like really struggled in Thieves Town. I mean, it was pretty awful, right? And my Thieves Town, 3 hearts. I think their only weapon was maybe like a spare bomb and whatever pots they could get their hands on. And of course, the bombs, sometimes you needed to actually open up the bomb locked doors, right, as well. So it's like, you really didn't have much. And then, so luckily they found hammer. And actually for a while, I was wondering, in this case, if it was actually going to be purely swordless. But, you know, luckily for Willard, unluckily for, I don't know. I don't know if he's happy or not with swordless, or for finding a sword, but, you know, it's not swordless. I think that'll make Walkings pretty happy.
I think everybody is happy except for like weirdos with, you know, enormous amounts of vowels. But other than that, people are generally going to be happy to have a sword, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, how are you gonna show off in this case your hammer blind fight? You know, on 4 hearts. I guess now they have. Yeah.
Do you care to show off your hammer blind fight?
Well, I mean, me personally, no. You know, but some people, right? Which I believe they haven't played their match yet. They might. Oh, by the way, yeah. So one of the differences that between equipment is that you can see that Walkix has the superior weapon, which is the bow. You know, imagine.
Yeah, I noticed you could kill the red Igor.
Yeah. Imagine never using the bow, you know, when you actually have it in your possession. I just don't understand people like that, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I know. And well, so Walkix actually ended up picking up the bow from the front of Skullwoods, and unfortunately Willard tried to get it, but he was killed in the overworld before he could drop in, so he just kind of took an early exit, unfortunately.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a great question. We don't know the item pool yet. We don't know if it's hard, we don't know if it's expert, we could just be normal, so I hope there's another pool out there.
But I think expert and hard still have 2 bows though. The second one you find just becomes really
Oh, I see what you mean.
Sort of.
Yeah. Okay, that's actually probably true. Yeah, we're gonna see this case. Nice bumper right before bumper ledge.
Yeah, just to remind you where you are.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I think it's very nice. I think it's very nice of the game. I mean, I can't believe people also complain about how mean this game was, right? Not telling them stuff. I mean, you know, it's like these are all these really nice, you know, little clues, right, to be able to help you with.
Yeah, you gotta just pay attention to the game.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, so here's something potentially interesting, because Walkix could shoot the statue and get the enemies and pods down there in the first room of pod basement.
Oh, you are right. I'm wondering in this case if he wanted to do that. I guess we're not. So.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to deal with the dark room, which is understandable in Randomizer. It's out of logic too, but on the other hand, you could just find the lamp at any moment, and then it's like, okay, now the stuff is in logic.
Yeah.
What if my glove is there to get into light world?
Should I be holding my breath for this lamp? How many checks do you think we'll get to before we can find the lamp? Given that it is mobbery, like enemy shuffle or enemy drop, and also Podolato.
I think classically you never find the lamp if it's robbery, so you have to deal with those enemies in the dark rooms.
Okay. I'm always glad that I'm not playing something like this. We'll just leave it up to the expert.
Some optimism is certainly not wrong, though. You know, can't always assume the worst.
That is true. We can certainly, you know, we can just fill up our copium supply and hope that it lasts us for the rest of the, I don't know, 3 hours or whatever that we have.
This could still just be, you know, 1 crystal and then they're just a fire source and, well, 1 crystal and a sword away from combat right now.
So you're definitely true, correct, in that could be. I think in inverted, maybe one of the complaints, right, is that we don't. It's really hard to be able to find the goal, right? Because
it's not entrance, right?
It is not entrance, correct?
Yeah. Then they can just get to the top of Hyrule Castle as soon as they get to Light World. It's just an entrance where you need to find the connector up there, but
okay.
Yeah, without entrance, it's just always the Hyrule Castle exits that lead there. So in theory, it shouldn't be an issue, assuming we never find it.
Yes, right. So the glove is kind of, you know, our last thing, right? So wall kicks, and of course Willard has already done this before, gotten his pearl and of course his flippers out of pod. Those are kind of the big ticket items. We did find, of course, hammer early in Thieves Town, and so yeah, we're just kind of missing that glove for Light World access. I mean, it could still be in Agassi. Like, we did find the one sword on Willard's side in the back of Pod. Of course, as you mentioned, though, I don't know where that lamp is. We still kind of need some light source in order to see. And of course, I know that, you know, I think Willard and Walkers are probably both pretty brave at this point. Know their dark rooms pretty well. However, though, given that it is Enemizer, I'm not really sure how much of a chance you want to take. And we have to go kill everything, right, in the rooms? Or at least try to.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the good news is it can really be an Agassi, at least for Lightworld access, because once you have the glove to get up the mountain, you can also get to Lightworld, because you already have the hammer and the pearl.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Yeah, and yeah, to answer your question, yeah, for Zelga, yeah, yes, the pot small key was somewhere here in the front. I think it was under a pot or something. I don't think it was from Nemning, but yeah, Wall Kicks unfortunately doesn't have it.
So looking at our keys, do you think we might find a fire rod or bombo soon? And we have, because we have, at least on Willard's side, I think I saw, yeah, 2 small keys for eyes.
His tracker, in fact,
And we
does
have
say
the
2 small key size. Oh my gosh, I'm scared.
Yeah.
What was the question? Is this enough for Ice Palace? Gem, is this enough for Ice Palace? If we get Bombos or Fire Rod, I'm scared.
We don't need to kill a boss yet, maybe, but we have to go there to find our glove, which would let us go kill the boss for what it's worth, but you know.
Man, would you stay? Oh, okay. We do have half magic. That is something, right? Maybe we feel a bit braver, but I'm still very scared.
Yeah, true. Could also be boss shuffle, and that's maybe just an easy boss, like, I don't know, Landmost. What's that bow we have?
I'm glad you said the bow, Jem, as opposed to bombos or fire rod. Okay.
If it's Landmost, obviously we would find bombos, right?
Yes, that's
sense.
exactly correct. Yes. But I was gonna say, so Willard was actually here, and he was the one who got to the back of Thiefstown first. And there's Big Keezer, it does not look like it's shuffled.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, and so Willard actually went to the boss room, and there was nothing that appeared. So that being said, like it's maybe more likely that it's not boss shuffle. However, though, like if it is boss shuffle, and it's blind, you still have to go rescue the maiden and all that, right? So
Yeah.
maybe not a clear indication. But I think that what is. Mm-hmm.
I guess they could have checked in Pod, right? Because they had the compass. So if they wanted to, they could have mapped and seen if it's boss shuffle.
Yes, I don't know if they have the compass. So compasses are shuffled, and I think they found the right. I guess nobody map checked in Pod because the compass to Pod was in Pod.
Yeah. And they
might have. Yeah, but yeah, they do have the compass to Thiefstown now, right? And I feel like they might be slightly more distracted, given how many deaths they've actually taken. I'm really rooting for Wall Kicks here to be able to find that pot small key. But yeah, because right now, okay, I believe Willard, maybe early on when he checked the boss room, like maybe he thought it was going to be with swords as opposed to swordless, because if it was boss shuffle, I don't know if they would put a Bombos medallion like on the floor. Like you know, just in case it's Colster. I don't know how like the logical Enemizer boss shuffle stuff works. If like, you know, if Colster is there, then they would have it. If it's not there, they wouldn't have it. Like I don't know if they're that sophisticated. But
I have no idea. I could see it being that way, but yeah, no clue. Absolutely no clue.
Yeah. Yes, hello Thalaine. We are a 1 Fire Rod or a Bombos medallion away from entering Ice Palace. We actually might have to go there because we are running out of Dark World locations in order to get Light World access. This is not entrance.
The
hands are on,
get us
by
the
the way.
Ice Rod area too. There's some pots there. There's enemies there, I think, in the caves. So that's maybe something.
Oh, the Dark Shopping Mall area?
Consider. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like Willard is gonna try his luck. Poor Bob. Man, why did we not start with Boomerang? It would have been so good. There was, I think, in fact, a heart container in Thiefstown, like on one of like the Snapdragons or something. Like you enter in, you know, there are like 2 pots, right? In the north, you can go get the pots and you can kill the enemies, right? As a sequence break, and there was a heart container there, and I think It would have been really good if these guys could maybe get a little bit of extra health. And this is very reminiscent of, I think, when Inverted was first introduced. Like, I mean, and one of the complaints, or not complaints, one of the observations was that the difficulty level just ramped up so much because while you're here, on 3-4 hearts trying to kill blind, trying to get through the rooms of the Dark World, and you're gonna die in one hit. Yeah.
Yep. Does the same except worse because we have randomizer.
Yeah, and I mean, looking even at the Skull Woods enemies as well, like, I don't think they're randomized to be easier, right? Like, I mean, honestly, like, these red guards, like, I guess even sword is a little bit more bearable, but, like, I don't know. I think I'd actually maybe prefer Gyptos at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting with the new randomizer. So usually, at least with the old randomizer, in the Dark World dungeons, like, the randomizer makes it easier, or made it easier, usually, compared to normal, but I don't know, this new randomizer is pretty nasty. And I feel like it doesn't really make things easier anymore a lot of the time.
It certainly does seem like it has really ramped up the difficulty. Now, that being said, I don't know if, like in Turtle Rock, right? You replace chomps, you gotta replace chomps with something. I don't know if, like, there are going to be probably select few situations where it probably can't get much harder, but that being said, though, like, we've seen a lot of terrible things, so poor Willard.
That heart container.
Yeah, that heart container, just out of reach. Oh, but hey, the good news for Willard, or not Willard, wall kicks, there are too many W's, man. So he did get rid of one blue square. That is progress. I think this is probably Walking's like 10th death or something, or encounter. This is a really rough place to be without a sword, or really without anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess he never got the sword because he doesn't have the small keeper pot, I see now.
Yeah. And it was somewhere here. Yeah, I still want to say it was in a pot somewhere that Willard picked it up. Maybe it was on an enemy. I don't quite remember, but I know that Walkix definitely took an early exit from Thieves Town. It might be another early exit here in this room. I don't know what's going to happen. This hammer is terrible. Yeah, this place is really rough, and I actually don't know how like the layering system works because you have a lot of flying enemies, right, with the bombers, and I don't know if they're like on the well then hello Light World access.
Yeah, Willard remembered that the boots unlock the spawn croc where there's normally fairies, but since it's randomizer they get shuffled out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can kill enemies there now, and
yeah, and that was gonna say that's actually another new thing about the logical randomizer stuff, right? Is the fairies are now part of the pool, bumpers are now part of the pool, right? Like you have to like now like suddenly like you start caring in this case about like mini fairy fountains, right? So yeah.
I hope Walkix remembers this. Because he got the boots earlier when he was in Scarbles and also got the bow before Pod. But yeah, it seems like he hasn't gotten around to coming to this fairy fountain yet where the glove is.
Yeah, so the good news is that the boots did remind Walkix that he in fact can dash. In fact, it was almost 15 minutes before he realized he could. So surely, with the boots pick up, he will remember that he can now unlock the boots lock locations as well. That's the hope, at least.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Shoutouts to the new auto tracking proposal that will allow auto tracking of pseudo boots.
Yes.
Okay, we found the good key.
Okay, so it was back here, big key locked. Okay, alright, that's cool. Alright, so it looks like Walkix is, I think he's just trying to maybe look at the super tile, which he probably can't, like, it's probably also some of the enemies that he can't get to, right, without a small key?
Yeah, he's, I don't know if he realized that the blue square is, like, specific to the entire super tile, so it
I did see an enemy,
includes the 2 rooms to the left. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, this blue square will not disappear because there's the 2 rooms to the left that are on the same super tile. Oh, actually, it's not the enemies that you just killed. They just respawn when you go into the boss room.
Oh, okay. Did he skip the 2 pots? I don't know. He didn't know it was Potolato initially, so he actually skipped the pots in Link's house initially, so I don't know. I'm hoping he's not skipping anything now. Oh, but Willard's gonna check the goal right now. We need 5 crystals to enter, and it's open.
Okay, fast cannon.
And we
7
need
crystals.
7 crystals. We are here.
Oh, we're gonna
Willard
be
is
here
just
for a
double
while.
checking. It looks skipped to me. Okay, well, maybe there wasn't anything important there.
There's over 1,000 checks. There's like 1,800 checks in this. Surely those 2 pots will not matter, right?
Yeah.
Sure,
Right.
famous.
So just spike up the copium right now, right? So yeah, you said there are 1,000. So if you skip one, you know, it might be okay, right? The problem is that when you are trying to figure out what you end up skipping because you're missing something, I do not want to be in your position once you're trying to figure out which 1 or 2 pots that ended up, you know, you didn't end up covering.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you skip an enemy, that's bad, but it's like fine, right? Because you have the blue square to remind you. If you skip a pot, though, like there's no reminder for that. You just eventually you just have to start picking up every pot again to find the one you missed.
Yeah, and also, especially for people who may not be like, oh, that ether is actually quite nice. May not be familiar with a lot of the pot locations. I know that like a gacha one or a gacha 3, I guess, is like the 3 pots underneath the Eastern Palace map chest. Like there's an awning, and they're actually just hidden. There are normally hearts there, so you don't care. But like, yeah, if you don't know those exist, then and something's there, you might be out of luck. If you forget something, like unfortunately for Frame, he went to the well and forgot that there are 2 pots in the entrance, and that was his crystal entry medallion. You know, for the goal. Like it's really hard to be able to go back and fix your mistakes. I thought at some point we don't cast a small key, but I guess that's not enough, right? If only you have 1.
Yeah, we had the 1, so we got to the compass chest, the boomerang chest. But yeah. Oh, Walkix, is he doing it? Okay.
Oh, good job, Walkix. Good job.
He does remember.
Good job. He does not want to deal anymore with these town. He just has to survive this place. Oh my gosh. How much damage?
These down to 2 hearts.
Okay.
Actually, I think the black guys do. Maybe.
I think they do 1, right? I want to say they do 1. I didn't think that, because you see them a lot in Ice Palace, and I didn't think that they just like insta-killed you.
No, I think they do 2, because I remember running into them and being shocked that they do 2. And
okay. Okay. Well, right now, we're pretty much always on 1-hit KO at this point, until he gets a bit of the extra health. But the good news is that even though Walkix did die in the overworld, he has his light world access. Everything will be fine. We can go into the solace of the easier of the 2 worlds, in theory, that maybe Enemizer hasn't messed with so much. Can you hear my copium?
Yes.
Surely light world will be easier, right? Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe seeing some west side breeze on the side.
Yeah, another thing that really worked out for Willard is because he got, he had the pot small key when he first went to pod, because he got to the back of Thiefstown first. Like, well, Walkix is still swordless right now, and the difference is, between Willard dashing with a sword and Walkix dashing without a sword. I mean, okay, granted, like, yeah, you can have situations, right, where you just run into a Lionel and then you have the result being the same, but like, man, I'd much rather have a sword than.
Yeah, the sword makes it so much nicer, faster, and safer to dash through things.
Yeah, and you can also see that Walkix is also, not Walkix, Willard is also being able to hammer dash with the sword as well.
Yeah, that's another benefit. And pot level, it's really nice to hammer dash 2 pots, because there's a couple of rooms where there's rows of pots, like here in Graveyard Dash.
Yeah, and especially like for Potto Lotto, like you can actually see like the calculus for what's considered to be valuable. It does change a little bit, right? Normally Graveyard Ledge is just 1 item, but there are 8 pots now, so now it's 9 items. And at least in inverted, it makes things a little bit nicer, just to get to it, right? Because you don't have to go through the dark world and get there. You just have a nice little staircase that like leads you straight up there.
Yeah. Somehow invert can be made a little nicer sometimes.
Sometimes, yes. On the very rare situations, when you hear people say like the one good thing about inverted, like that sometimes is even optimistic in some people's minds. But yes, like there is only one good thing about inverted, and we might be seeing it. Oh, 89 checks. Okay. Yes, thank you, sword. I appreciate the sword right here. Alright, so this is Wallkicks finding out that we need 7 crystals, sorry, 5 crystals to enter, 7 crystals to be Ganon. And I guess we are gonna go check that if it's
Why?
Willem.
Oh, he's checking for Swordless. That's actually smart.
Oh, right, yeah, good call, good call. See, this is.
Nice.
Did you know that Wallkicks won a mystery Pogchamp season? This is maybe one of the reasons how he was able to do it. You know, I do believe that there was an F Wallkicks hashtag trending on the following season based on how his weights were. But but he got to the winners circle for a reason.
We all know he won this season.
Yes.
Oh, he doesn't have the
Trying.
bug. Where did Willard find that?
Where did Willard find the bug net? I'm not sure. Willard's gone to a good.
Maybe that was also in part.
Yeah. Oh, that could be.
I guess he also did a bit more in Scout, so maybe there. But yeah, I remember he had the bug net when he got that fairy and he was considering catching it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I think the bottle they have is a green potion. So I don't know if he wants to give that up. I mean, they do have half magic, but I mean, that green potion can actually still be pretty good. And it looks like actually Willard has the cape as well. When did he get this cape? I don't remember a lot of these things they end up getting. But I mean, like the half magic plus all, all the safety stuff is all great. Does Wallkicks not have?
Oh, Wallkicks doesn't have the Smokies.
Okay, that was in the front of East Town as well. But like, given that there were like. I mean, it's not a place you want to go back to at this point, so I think it should be okay, at least for now. We did see, of course, Willard picking up Ether. We saw Ether. I don't know if that's...
Yeah, good point.
Oh, actually, well, we'll see. Oh, I missed Lumberjack.
That was just... Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
Lumberjack was just the red rupee, I think.
Okay.
But there are 3 or 4 fairies in there as well that get randomized. So, Lumberjack is a little bit nasty in this mode because you might still have to do it even if the ledge is nothing.
Good point. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, and okay, the good quote-unquote news, I guess, is that because it is small key shuffle, we need all 4 keys to make Lumberjack happen. So, I mean, they granted though, because this is everything now is fair game, bots and enemies. I mean, you could just find like 3 of them inside Castle Tower and. And the lamp and whatever. Nice rollers, by the way.
The other saving grace, I guess, is like at some point you might just want to climb most of Castle Tower anyway, because there's lots of enemies and pots there. So you don't climb just for Lumberjack. You only do the Aga fight in the end just for Lumberjack, essentially.
Yeah, and I guess especially in inverted, it's actually not an inverted non-entrance. It's actually, if you end up killing Aga, honestly, it's probably still pretty good because the save and quit starting point locations in Light World are really kind of not very good. I mean, well, mainly because you kind of just get one starting location, and so if you actually have the Aga portal there for you, you get another one starting Hyrule Castle, and that's actually really nice. So
yeah. It's not the worst thing.
I see some nice Kadangos that apparently are waterproof. Just chilling on the water. It's all good.
Yeah, some of their flames are too. I don't know how they do that.
That just raises further questions.
Powder's nice. Obviously, it helps you heal when you find anti-fairies, but also it can be required to get through kill rooms because this is logical randomizer. There can be dead rocks in kill rooms.
I forgot about powder to kill dead rocks. Those are awful.
And I guess it's not just because logical randomizer, because like any dead rock in a room, you would still want to kill to get its item. So yeah, powder very much appreciated.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just less orphaning of enemies. So we kind of have everything except for fire to get enemy drops with. We have the hammer for turtles, we have the powder for dead rocks, we have the bow for Igors and mimics. But we are still missing fire rod / bombos for red berries. But once we have that, we can get all the enemy drops of enemies. Yes, I think Willard skipped the 2 pots in a while.
Everything.
Only
Okay,
frame.
just keep spiking again. You know, our copium meter is like it's infinite at this point. Okay, like it can go as high as we can. Hopefully, it will not be like pulling a frame on his seed. Everything is fine. Willer's already got ether, so we've already got one medallion, down. Yeah, it's only 2 pots. Like, surely it won't be.
What? Surely we'll pick up this pot too. Okay, thank you.
Oh my gosh, everything. Maybe he'll remember. You know what? Okay, when wall kicks. Oh, yeah, okay. And so for what it's worth, though, like wall kicks may not have, let's say in this case, as much probably experience with these newer settings, right? Like Potolato, Mobbery, all this stuff. Like even doors, right? Like wall kicks though is very adaptable, and he is very thorough. Like once he figures out something is necessary, like he actually will follow through for everything. And his perseverance paid off in his game 1 versus Matt. Like he got everything, even though it took probably longer than someone who has more experience, right? But he was able to pull through. So maybe when wall kicks gets to the well, we'll see it, and then we'll be able to see in this case that Willard did in fact not miss anything. Maybe, hopefully.
Yeah. Oh, there's a set of 2 pots here. I'm scared. Okay, good.
Okay. Actually, so do you know if there are any trackers out there that actually lets you track pots in this case? Or is that legal? I don't even know what's allowed and what's not. Or
So
will be
auto
legal?
tracking right now probably is not a thing. I don't think there's a tracker that manually tracks them, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Yeah, I know that there are a lot of people who have, put in a lot of hours in order to make auto tracking, regular tracking, happen. So, like, definitely, very thankful for those people who basically give us a free tool that we can just use to play this game. So.
A secret tracker lets you track pots. At telephone.
Alright, Willard is dropping down a magic bat. I'm sure he's just gonna get the pots on his way out. They are different
Sure.
colored for a reason.
But if they're all different colored, then it's not special.
Yeah. Alright, okay. So we did get only nothing. I think 5 rupees was that? I already forgot what was on magic bat because it was completely useless.
Just garbage. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you already forgot, that means it's garbage. That's
Exactly.
what I've started to realize. So there's no blue square here. Does that mean? I think that means there's no enemy on the right that drops anything.
Yeah, I think that's my impression as well.
That should be the same super tile. Okay, and Telephone chat confirming that secret tracker actually does auto track. So that's the new tracker that Muffin's made with Formula.
Okay. I'm really pulling for wall kicks to find a sword in here, or not here, but I mean like in general, like in his travels, right? Like,
yeah.
So granted, okay, we know we have to be Ganon, so we do have to have at least 2 swords out there. But like, the fact that like Willard is just kind of, well, I don't even know if it's like living pretty or anything like that, but he does have a sword, which is significantly increases quality of life. And wall kicks, he is surviving. He's surviving, but it could be a lot better with a sword.
With a sword or 3.
Yes, we would love to have 3 swords. 3 swords we can actually use. I don't want only 3 swords, like, that we find, and one of them's like a green 20. That would be... Ooh, Compass Ice Palace? Are we going? Hello? Yes?
Hold your horses, we still need a fire source. Or like a big fire source.
Maybe we'll find it here in Waterfall Fairy. Oh, I guess maybe this is not Shop Sanity. Well, actually... We know it's not Shop Sanity. Oh no, no, wall kicks checked. That was actually a good call on him for check. Oh,
beast. There's beast though. Come on, get the other one too.
Yeah,
let's go.
Great.
No, so actually there's fairies on the right. I think that's why I went in here.
Okay.
They can be animized to be something that drops something, but there was no square.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why I left.
Oh right. No, I was gonna say wall kicks. I think maybe this before we got here. Wall kicks also checked the curiosity shop. And it was just regular stuff there. So I think we can confirm that that's probably not Shop Sanity. Good thing we have real flippers. I don't want to die right now. Oh my god. I hate swimming. Swimming is the hardest thing to do in this game. Can we get some
It's
armor?
okay.
Armor would be
That's
real
just Hobo.
swell. Thank you.
Hobo never has anything.
Yeah, Hobo never has anything. Just like Catfish never has anything, except when you are looking for your ice rod and there is a Tridex upstairs. Yes, I understand.
You just have to take it there.
It's okay. This is the place where you know, all you know, it's a safe space. All right, like we're all healing, you know, from our past experiences here.
Oh yes. Wait.
Willard, do we have the book?
No, I think you're just going up here to avoid the line ones.
Smart dude.
Yeah.
Okay, let me.
We can save the magic from the cave. Why do we know it's harder expert? Have we found green 20s?
Yes, Willard found 1 green 20 in the well.
Oh, okay. So I guess that means no armor.
Does hard item pool have armor? I thought it was up to blue mail. I don't know. There are like 50 different hard item pool variations, so.
Oh, we know how to expert because of the upgrade fairy bees. That makes sense. Right. We can't get upgrades for arrows or bombs in hard and expert.
I'm pulling for some number of armor or more health. I guess they have Cape or half magic, so that's maybe not so bad. I'm still really hoping for Walking's Divided Sword soon. I mean, so right, like okay, so on paper, Podolato plus Mobbery is, you know, it's like, man, you know, everything is available to me, right? And at the same time, like, why is everything available for me? You know what I want? I want a sword, okay? I don't want to go search 1,000 locations for one sword. I would like a sword right now, and that's maybe not, you know, much of an option right now for Walkings.
Yeah, the nice thing about regular modes is that there's only 212 locations that aren't swords. In this mode, it's over 1,000 locations that are not swords.
Yes, that's very true. Yeah, and we already see, yeah, the first sword was actually pretty buried too, you know? And like, you kind of had to, I guess, survive to go all the way to the backup pod in order to go get the small key, in order to go survive, like, and to have the small key before you go to pod. Because right now, like, even in inverted, getting to pod isn't really, you know, great, just because the front, like the Dark World lawn, right, the overworld that you have to traverse before getting to the dungeon, it doesn't really change, you know, in inverted, right? It's still pretty long. You have to go through the dark maze and everything, and so you don't really want to go back unless you kind of need to, or you have more stuff, right? Now that being said, like, Wallkicks apparently does have, and Willard have a pod big key and another small key, so maybe it's more enticing. But you know, the same.
Wallkicks, for sure, because he hasn't been to the back at all yet.
True. Yeah. Okay, but we're actually gonna come up with Wallkicks being in Kakariko, so hopefully he's also gonna remember that there is the well, the 2 pots there in front of the well. If he doesn't, we might be here for longer than expected. Because, well, I mean, like, we can always just hope in this case that there's nothing there. But at the same time, if there is something there, and both of them don't realize it, then, you know, I hope that they didn't. I don't hope they don't think it's like a soft block or something.
It hasn't looked like Wallkicks has forgot about any pots yet, so I would assume he picks them up. Oh, I actually think we know it's hard pull, right? Because I don't think half magic exists in expert.
Oh,
so it
good
can't
point.
be expert.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So sorry, you can.
No, okay. I can update it. Yeah, that's
you
fine.
don't have to. No, it doesn't really matter. Maybe wait until we know more. Nice. We run enough fairies and then 1 bunny bean. I'm pretty sure half magic is not an expert.
Okay, all right. We are saved. Well, sorry, by we I mean Willard is saved because Wallcakes, the thorough guy that he is, decided to check the 2 pots, and it's only 100 rupees. And Willard, man, having that extra help, that heart container really helped. We have gotten past the roller of death to go to the even better location of Hobo. See,
Yeah,
I
that
can
was
even
great.
imagine.
He also couldn't avoid getting hit twice there, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's okay. It's
All
just
that
small
for a small
magic. Yes. I can even hear like what's going on in Wallkick's head. Like so Hobo is probably one of the checks that and he is probably like the equivalent of your catfish. Like he just absolutely hates that that location. And he's like, why did I spend all my time, trying to get over to Hobo? It's never worth it. And he was correct in this case.
My Hobo is also equivalent to my catfoot for what it's worth.
True. Hobo only has the boost if you only rush him in the first 5 minutes. That's what I have
Exactly.
learned.
Right, hard. Yeah.
Yeah, good job, Willard. I thoroughly approve of not being trying to mitigate the not being in 1-hit KO mode. That heart actually on the island looks kind of tempting, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But Willard looks like we're just gonna go to Zora, which is all fine. We might be using the iframes to get through the spike. That's even better.
Yeah, going like 2 waterfalls actually somewhat safe in Atomizer because you left all the iframes the whirlpool gives you.
Mm-hmm.
So as you don't get stuck on any geometry, you make it there pretty safely.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. We kind of, but swimming is pretty bad, and iframes do give you invincibility, but they also kind of like you don't really see where your sprite is, so I don't know. It's kind of a trade-off. But I'm glad that Willard got there safely. I think assuming Wallkicks get there at some point as well, he'll also be, he'll hopefully also be okay as well. Yep, lost
So
words.
Wallkicks skipped Zora area because he didn't have money, but it was a wise choice, it turns out.
I'm glad it's also not completionist, man. Completionist on a lotto would be pretty awful. Oh.
Yeah, luckily I think Pogchamp doesn't have completionists.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, okay, like again, some of these things I think sound really pretty cool on paper, and I think especially even in ladder, right? We did have completionists for 216. I think it actually was pretty well received. I think it was a lot of fun for a lot of people. It's just that like you have to be really, really diligent with your bookkeeping. You skip 1 chest in any completionist mode, again, it's just like here, right? Even though maybe not completionist, you skip 2 pots. And now you gotta figure out what you skipped in order to go because you're missing progression. Like, holy cow, where do you start? Like.
Yeah, exactly. You have to do everything, like every pot at least. For the enemies, I guess you have to do squares, but yeah, just miserable. Right, going. Oh yeah, let's go to the long fairy cave.
Right. Yes, the long fairy cave. It's not a fairy cave anymore.
The long enemy cave.
yeah, we're greeted with not slow guards at all. Okay, right, and the fact that Wallcakes and Willard, both of them are in Village, are picking up a good number of small keys. So like key drop does in fact increase the number of keys you need to go beat dungeons, because the keys that are normally within the dungeon are now shuffled out under pots and enemies. And yeah, Swamp Palace is pretty notorious because there are 6 total small keys to Swamp Palace, and you just need 1 for key sanity, is just to get you through basically the front door. But you have to take out all the other 5, I think, pot keys. Yeah. now you gotta get a ton more keys, and the fact that I see we don't have a hook shot means that we have to until we can get one, we can't really save a key either. So
yeah, you can skip 2 keys on your way to the boss, 1 with Specky Clip and 1 for left side swamp. But those keys could obviously still lock items.
Yeah, and with all of this stuff for speaking of, we are going at least into Eastern Palace.
Yeah, wait, the big keys are vanilla, right? Or like in the
They
dungeons,
are vanilla,
or...
yes, and we
might be able to beat the boss here.
Yeah, we do have 1 small key from Eastern. We found in Thieves Town. Small key Eastern we found in Thieves Town, and So we can take the one small key, as you mentioned, to go beat the boss. We will lock ourselves out of the middle big key chest room. That being said, nobody wants to go there anyway, so it's probably fine. And it's a crystal, as we've seen, so that's gonna go get us at least towards our goal.
Assuming we can get through the dark rooms and enemies.
Good point, good point. I did forget about the lamp. You did mention that we may not be able to find the lamp.
Yeah, and Walkix, seems to not really be aware of super tiles that well, because he didn't realize that these two rooms are on the same super tile, so he was spending a lot of time in the previous room looking for hidden enemies.
It's okay. Walkix, again, he learned a lot in his first mystery Pogchamp race versus Matt. That was pretty intense, and he won, right? So 5 hours, 41 minutes later, he won. It may just end up taking, a little bit extra time, for him to, orient himself.
Yeah, just gotta stay persistent.
Exactly. All right, Willard forced over. He actually did get the 3 pots underneath the map chest awning in for Eastern Palace. I didn't actually catch. I think it was just maybe resource refills or something. I saw maybe a little bit of magic, but nothing. No fanfare. So.
Yeah. You don't need to kill the birds. Any flying enemy that can go off screen doesn't drop anything. So
okay, that's good to know. Alright, I assume it's Eastern Palace big chest, or big key? Yes.
Yeah. So I guess it's possible for the big key to be in the big key room, which would require to find both Eastern Smalls to finish the dungeon. Yeah, now that we have the big key in our possession and we only have the 1 small key, I assume he's got the big key chest.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna assume as well. Would you go to Dark Square pot room? Hello, Mirror!
It seems pretty good. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff over there, right? There's 8 pots, I think, in there, and 3 enemies. And then there's the 4 enemies, like in the floor switch room for it. So there's some good stuff there that you probably don't want to miss. Again, Dark Room Randomizer, it's potentially very scary, but yeah, at least one.
Yeah, that was my concern. Yeah, you brought this up earlier. Is like it really only takes 1 enemy to just like ruin your day. Here in Eastern. Granted, this dark room may not necessarily be that much better than like the dark room that we have to go and kill enemies in. Like, so if it weren't mobbery, right, we need to go kill enemies for the blue scores and stuff. We could potentially just try to run your way through that room, right, and just trying to go to the back directly. But yeah, that's not really an option here, I think.
Okay. Nice thing is either both kills enemies pretty well, and it also like shows you where they are. So it makes these rooms a lot safer. Now, if we are unlucky with enemies, it could be like chain chomps. They just don't care. They just aren't visible at all in the dark, and they will kill you.
I agree.
But yeah, so far these enemies in the dark rooms weren't so bad. Looks like we're done with this.
Where are my compasses? Here, I want the compass to Eastern. Walking, so by the way, so he knows that the big key is shuffled. He does not. See if laser smoke. He doesn't want it.
He has it.
Okay.
He has it.
All right. Okay. Okay. You know what? Yeah. Everybody is gonna be happy that this dungeon is dippable. Okay.
Well, I'm smartly remembering that you can drop into those pots. Where there's fairies.
Yeah, this is actually very good. Yeah, all of these fairies, are really. Yeah, again, all of these guys can be enemized, and it's very easy to forget anything. Hello, thank you, Ether. Walkix does not have Ether. He also doesn't have a sword.
Yep, he's gonna have a way worse time here in the Eastern Dark Rooms.
I'm just watching all of these frozen enemies that Willard is able to freeze with Ether, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do any of this without Ether or a sword.
There's basically no way Walkix can make it through. I'm just gonna say that now.
Yeah, this
but
Ether and sword.
He should get his mirror at least.
That's true.
So he will find the progression he needs out of Eastern, but yeah, he will not make it to the crystal or any items in the back potentially.
Yeah, I mean, he could in theory try to run past these guys, these enemies. And I'm, you know, I mean, it kind of maybe depends on what he wants to try and do. Like, you know, he has the Eastern Palace small key, so he can, in theory, get to the back. Maybe he's willing to skip the enemies. And, you know, especially with the mirror being so present in, well, the big chest room, like, maybe he's willing to take that chance, you know? I don't know. Well, we'll see. Right, we have
Yeah, that's a good
powder.
point. You can just run past him if he wants to. I don't know if he will, because you kind of get blinded by greed and wanting to kill those enemies, and then
Yeah.
sometimes. But yeah, we'll see what he decides to do.
Hello, another 20.
It's our
no
second
fire.
outbreak.
Yeah.
We're leaving 2 items behind here. 3 items in Eastern, it looks
Yeah.
like.
Well, 3 items in the big key chest room, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so that's like, I don't know, 10-ish or whatever. There, I don't know, I remember how many enemies there are, and there are, I think, you know, like 5-ish pots or something. I don't quite remember the number.
Yes. 2 pots, a chest, and 5, 6, 7, 6 enemies.
If only we had the compass. Where is my compass?
Yeah.
I demand my Eastern Palace compass.
Yeah, so actually, yes, sorry, it's 10 items there.
All right, looks like okay. I mean, reasonably comfortable saying that this is not boss shuffle. You know, we do have a vanilla Armos Knights, and you know, Willard. It's probably the one sense of familiarity that we have in this entire game so far is just the vanilla bosses. So, all right, well that's crystal number 1 down for Willard. All right, 6 more to go. Surely everything will be fine. I'm just taking a quick gander at our remaining pendants. So I see the desert is a pendant, which means that we actually potentially, if we don't need the boss, we don't need that many small keys, which is good because desert, I think you need 3 to go beat. Skullwoods is also a pendant. Yeah, okay. We already have a bunch of small keys to it, and then Meyer is a small. So yeah. So I guess okay. We need a lot of small keys in order to kind of get us through this game. I hope Ballcakes is not expecting fairies to help him here.
No, I think he just remembered that
That's
this is
good.
gonna be enemies.
Refill?
So go ahead.
No. Yeah,
So-
yeah, we're good.
The nice thing
did he
actually
not-
about this,
Sorry.
he has
go
the
ahead.
mirror.
Okay, right. Wallkeys does not auto track. Right. I forgot.
Yeah, but he did pick it up. I saw that.
Yes.
Yeah. So the nice thing about his mirror is he's gonna go back to port after this probably, and with those keys he should get his sword.
Oh, thank you. Are we going to
No.
live? Okay. I think it'll be okay. He doesn't have to be here. I mean, we
Yeah,
also
there was
there's
nothing.
nothing. Yeah, there was nothing like of importance to go to. In the back of Eastern. Oh man, is he gonna try again? Maybe.
No. Oh,
No.
same group. Oh, That's not great.
Yeah. Maybe he doesn't want to do pod until he has maybe like another key.
But he has 2 and he hasn't been to the back. That seems pretty tempting compared to what else he has open right now, which... Like, what is there?
I'm looking. Well, he's going to Light World, so he can do. I think he did maybe part of the front of the castle.
He did what he could, except for sewers, I think. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
He's going to Swamp, I think.
He does have 2 small keys, right? 1 small key?
Two. That's a 2.
2 small keys. Yes, okay, 2 small keys.
Yeah,
I'm actually
it's-
one. Yeah.
It's not that much, right? You have 3 enemies and a chest in the front, and then you have the row of pots, trench 1, and the 1 pot before Specky.
I'm wondering if he's trying to maybe stay in logic. I mean, you know, as you mentioned, like a lot of these places, like they're all just, you know, dark rooms. And so, looks like Hera is pretty empty in this particular case, so we don't have to necessarily, like, we just basically leave that until the very end. But you know, like, I also, especially Wallcakes, like being swordless, I don't want to go deal with all of this, you know, stuff in. Oh my god, he's gonna die.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe he thinks in this case there's some amount of progression. Even if it's a lamp, right? It'll make his dark rooms a lot nicer.
That's true. Lamp would be huge in this mode. The
or
fact that
Fire Rod, or Bombos. Oh my god, wall kicks.
or anything, yeah.
Do you think he has time to use the arrows or to use his bow? The hammer is really not good against the red guards here.
Yeah,
But I
maybe
also
the
don't know
bow
if
could
he
be a bit
has
better.
time to-
Getting you. We're
How do you get
getting there
past
next
this
attempt.
room? How are we getting past this room, John?
We got to pod and get the series.
Oh my gosh. Randomizer is terrible.
I think this is the one.
Okay, that's
Now switch the
progress.
bow. Yes.
Good
let's
job,
go.
good go. Great job, wall
And now
kicks.
dodge the anti-fairies.
Oh my gosh.
And
Okay,
please don't try to
we got
pod
there.
it. Okay, you can't powder those anti-fairies that come from that circle. They are not powderable.
Yeah,
and
I remember.
I have seen people die to that.
Mhm. East Dark World is a foolish choice. Where is East Dark World? Is that pod area?
Yeah, it's pod area and maybe Ice Sword Cave? Dark Ice Sword Caves? No, I think Dark World Shopping Mall is south. It's
Okay.
weird. Like those, just don't worry about those hints, honestly.
Okay,
They're
sounds
just
good. Okay,
garbage.
sounds good.
And they
I
don't
mean,
include the
I
dungeons in that area, so like pod is excluded from that hint too.
I see.
Stupid.
Okay. Alright, this shooter is really messing up wall kicks this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, these enemies though are pretty bad. We got we have a lot of Skullwoods keys, like a lot of Skullwoods keys. We found the lamp in my area. Wait, how did we even get here? Oh, we have a mirror in order to get over to the mire. Yeah. Is that a good or bad thing that we found the lamp? Because now suddenly all of these dark rooms are, I guess, fair game, right? And now you have to face all your demons, literally demons, up front.
But they're no longer demons because you can see them, right? It's gotta count for something. I think Woodard might be going up the mountain now with that lamp in hand. You're no longer scared of potentially breaking your game.
Oh yeah, that's true. We don't have a flute or anything like that, so this is our way up the mountain. Wall kicks, man. Wall kicks is a survivor. You know, he is so tenacious. And the fact that he is basically playing a swordless seed that is not swordless is still very impressive. Like he got through all of these rooms basically without a sword. Like no sword, no lamp, by the way, no fire rod, no medallions. Like wall kicks does not have the hook shot. Oh, I guess we're just leaving. Oh, okay.
Yeah, instead of mirroring, he's killing himself, so he has more health when he goes out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So wall kicks did find another pod small. I assume he's on his way to my area for now, but maybe soon he'll to go there and run into his sword, especially with that lamp in hand. That might also make him take another stab at Eastern.
Okay, Rusty's also bringing up a good point, by the way. Wall kicks has died a lot of times, so he is a survivor of this game so far. Like he has not forfeited, which is quite good for him.
I like this sister.
Alright, this is gonna be good news. Yeah, actually, well, okay, you did mention this. Like, this actually might be the thing that drives wall kicks back to pod, right? And that'll at least get him his first sword. He probably end up beating Helma.
Yeah,
right, with
so.
3 keys. Yeah, with like that should be probably enough. And then he can probably skip like the normal stuff, right? Vanilla big key chest and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, Willard
not
also
doing mountain stuff. Oh.
But yeah.
So the good news is even if Warkix takes the lamp up the mountain instead of pod, he will get rewarded with a sword finally. So that's
right. His first sword, amazing. At the 1 hour, I don't know, like 30 minutes probably at this point. He will in fact have a first sword.
Wait, will I just not kill those enemies?
The blue square stopped flashing, so.
Oh.
I mean, that's my indication.
Why did it stop flashing? Even though you didn't kill it?
No. You know what would have been really good to have? You know, like just Dark World, sorry, just Overworld Dead Rocks. You know, you just have to kill them. There's everything is just logical. Just go get. That'll force the powder early, or Quake, or Sword, or something. You know, so you can just kill everything. That's another
That would be
swamp key.
fantastic.
Yeah, that's another swamp key for Willard. That's actually really good. 3 swamp keys can get you pretty far, because at least get you to like the main lobby area, and of course you have hook shot that'll get you, you know, at least to like to the back and stuff. But until then,
this time Muller did skip an enemy, and there was a blue square just so.
Well, he's already skipped 2, you know.
How bad can
and it hasn't hurt him. And so, you know, well, I'm no math major, but, you know, through the powers of mathematical induction, if he skips, you know, 1, and then we extrapolate that, you know, to n+1, right? Surely everything will be fine, right? Don't ever trust my logic, by the way. It is very faulty.
Yeah, so actually confirming that if stuff is stuck in the wall, it doesn't count, which I guess means anything that's a bat in a cave, I guess, because they spawn on the walls.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But it's why there's just all these enemies here in Walkic's room right now, and there's no blue square.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Wallkicks is, you know, he's being thorough. He's just making sure in this case he doesn't miss all of the pots. Sometimes, you know, again, if you don't play these modes very often, you know, you don't necessarily realize like what the layout is, except for the one path that you end up taking when rescuing the old man, right? So.
Yeah. Yeah, but for those who don't know, there's only this one pot right here. That's all that's in the old man rescue.
There's a wall master here. Where does the wall master take you? In the overworld or in the cave?
It's a good question. I'm sure somebody in chat knows.
Didn't actually think about this. Maybe does it just take you maybe back to the beginning of like your entry point? What killed wall kicks earlier? Okay, there are a lot of things that can kill wall kicks.
Yeah, well, one of these things.
Okay,
there's one of those swamp holes.
Oh, right, yeah, those little like mini, like mire worm things. Those things do a lot of damage.
Yeah, they do 4 hearts, and they
right? Yeah.
They just kind of spawn inside of you. Like you can, you might not even see them in the sun. They just spawn underneath you and you're dead.
Given that we are escorting an old man, I think our speed is as slow as it's possibly gonna get. So, did we actually get a hint for this? I thought we got a hint for spike chest or spike chest that only has 10 arrows. Maybe that's only on
the thing is, you get a hint for the chest in here, but there's also 9 pots.
Oh, they're
and the pots.
Right. See, thank you. See,
Yes.
this is why I think you play pots and bones, right? This is pretty much like par for the course to remember everything.
This is why you don't check hints.
Mm-hmm. Good point. Good point.
Okay. Well, that is probably going to take us to east of Mountain now. At least the dark side of it. We don't have access to the light side without a hookshot or mids.
Yeah, that's true. We are missing some good amount of access here still. Like that hookshot, especially I think in inverted desert, is actually pretty powerful.
Yeah.
I'm not
sure. So Walkix killed the enemy that would have skipped here, and it dropped 10 arrows. So once again, not punished.
Yeah, so I don't think wall kicks or Willard hovers. I guess we're gonna see what happens in Hookshot Cave. If we can get there. We'll get to Super Bunny first.
The idea, I guess, is you want to try and find Hookshot here. Like, even if you can hover, you'd rather just find Hookshot because it makes things faster.
I heard that somebody in their last race that you know that they just played found the hookshot in the first chest of Hookshot Cave, so it could also be there here in this seed as well.
and rumor has it foolishly they checked Super Bunny and Light World of Mountain first.
Oh well, then I mean,
an idiot.
That might be a team thing. Willard can hover, but doesn't really practice. Okay, thanks, Lana. That's really good information. Yeah, I also don't know, like, if... okay, so because it's Mobbery and it's Potolotto, like, Hookshot Cave actually, you know, it's not just the 4 chests as you mentioned, right? Like, for example, in Spike Cave, there are lots of enemies, there are lots of pots. I don't know if Willard wants to try and make things happen. Like, there's just more incentive. But then again, like, if, you know, it's kind of hard without the hookshot, so... Maybe we'll be okay just coming back for it, or we'll just, you know, get bullied on the first tile of the island of Pogchamp Cave.
You know, what's that wall master you? Oh, where are we going? Let's find out.
Oh yeah, you're right. Like okay, as it takes us back to the beginning of the cave.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and we're not hovering. Will we take the pots though? You need to take this pot, Willard? You never took it. Okay.
Honestly,
okay.
if there are wall masters here, even I think if I was like very confident in my hovering, I don't know if it would be fast enough in order to get past the wall master. Like.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. It might not be worth it. I think.
All right.
As long as you're decently fast, it's probably gonna work. Because those gaps aren't that large, but yeah. I certainly understand not wanting to deal with it.
Yes. All right. So with the lamp, walking up the mountain. So I guess he'll be joining Willard, you know, kind of, sort of soonish. But yeah. So no fire still. To be able to kill these red barries, in order to maybe pretend to potentially drop something. But at least we can actually get through this particular room right here. Maybe this will be our fire source.
Would be nice, or maybe another sword. Nope.
It's red. What did I predict? Minute 30? That's when Walkix will get a sword? I don't know if that's gonna come true. We're not.
It looks like he's gonna do all of Dark Death Mountain first before he does Light Death Mountain.
Yeah. It's okay. You know what? We are so well practiced with that hammer. Walkix is a pro. You know what? At this point, maybe we could just take away Willard's 2 swords, you know, and just roll him a sword with seed. Well, it actually might not be so bad, you know. But I mean, I know he was a big favorite. Like, I think he played a lot of swordless. And his swordless stuff is actually really good. I remember he was probably one of the only people who actually had like a actually like good like scripted blind hammer fight. So.
Yeah. Did you see what Walkix did in Light Death Mountain after turning into Old Man? Did he just save and quit?
He went into the cave immediately, and then I don't know what else happened after that.
Okay.
He might have explored? Is he missing something?
Yeah, he's missing the sword.
Oh, yeah, maybe he didn't go through that place.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he didn't go through that.
The one that leads to Bumper Cave.
Yes. Swords are really hard to come by. All right, but you know, but Walkix does, you know, has confirmation that it is not swordless because he couldn't use the hammer to hurt Ganon, and you know, regardless of how bad you think the hammer hitbox is, like he got pretty close, you know, and Ganon's pretty big, so like we have.
Yeah, he definitely would have hurt him.
Yes.
Yeah, I just hope he goes back to the DMD cave and gets his sword there.
There are two more swords out there, right? Maybe.
Copium.
Yeah. I mean, well, okay. I think we said this was maybe hard item pool. Yeah. So I mean, there's another sword out there, I'm sure. Yeah. You also see in this case, Willard has a significantly easier time with this room with a sword or 2. You know, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Could help out quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely a lot easier. Yeah, and he will have the additional key here, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Also, no risk of potentially soft locking yourself with Becky. That guard just hovered.
Well, hovering is legal as far as I know. What kind of colored shoes do you think he has on? Do you think I guess they have to be red,
They must
right?
be red. Yes. Not the blue ones.
Yeah, blue shoes don't let you do anything. Oh, the big key is. Oh, I don't even think I realized. Walkix probably has it. Yeah, I think he killed everything here. Yeah.
Yeah, he just couldn't get to the big chest because he was like in smoky.
Mm-hmm.
So no Specky. We are forced to flood this room, and we are forced to go into the room with a flood switch, which has enemies and pots. Which could be.
I was gonna say, it's like normally in Specky you can like in theory skip this, like you don't have to spend the key, right? But now like there are actually things like that crab, right? Is actually can drop something.
Yeah, it's like you still don't really want to go there if you in like key drop, because you spend 1 key and you see like 1 enemy here and 2 pots.
Mm-hmm.
It's not likely to have progression, but it could. And I think key logic doesn't consider that you can skip this. So in theory, you might be able to soft lock yourself by skipping this. It's not likely, but I think it's possible if, like, this item here locks like all the other swarm smalls.
That would, yes, that would unfortunately really suck. But I mean, Willard skipped he skipped the 2 pots in the well. Everything worked out. He didn't have to go to these 2 pots here. I guess everything's coming up Willard so far. All right, wall kicks. Oh man, where the heck was he? He did. Where are we going? Are we going back to pond now? After finishing the mountain and still not coming out with the sword, please.
Could be swamp again. He got the 3rd small key, but no, it's not where we're going.
Oh, we still don't have food. I guess maybe this is his way of going back to maybe Eastern Pod. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess he wants to Eastern and Pod, right? Because he
yeah, right. So he has a lamp, so that at least is something. And maybe now he will be able to get a sword after he. Okay, are you supposed to be Eastern here first? Is that how it works? Like to save time, in theory, if you could be both of them.
Yeah, because because you do Eastern and then you mirror to Pod. It's the reverse of. It's the inverted of regular.
This is see again. This is not the reason why inverted is better. Okay, it's one of the many reasons that inverted is actually worse, right? Because in this case, we're gonna deny wall kicks a sword.
Yep. Okay. So what I've found an additional pod key with this 3rd swarm small, but that's it.
Okay.
What I can tell.
Good reflexes on Willard's side to be able to, like, he saw the anti-fairy and then he immediately noped back down.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what he's... Okay. He's also wondering what he's doing.
Okay. Sometimes, especially with these, new things, it's harder to make decisions because you don't really necessarily know, what you're currently doing and what your your next move's gonna be.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to... Like, you just think, you have to think a lot more, and sometimes you're not done thinking by the time you're done with what you can do, so you just wander around a bit.
I mean, I have to give props to wall kicks. So I think through this entire time, like in his entire rando career, I don't know if he's ever like auto tracked. Maybe like on occasion, I don't know. Like, but I mean, the fact that he's still doing non-auto tracking, manual tracking for like everything, cross keys, retrans, mystery Pogchamp, like like whatever. Like even if he does like I think co-op, everything is still manual for him. Which especially in stuff like this, it like is a lot of stuff to keep track of. So
yeah, like anything with keys, I just do not want to manually track anymore.
I don't like unkillable thieves. I don't know how well Willard's gonna survive. He's gonna get robbed. This is robbery on Willard's side.
This is robbery.
Yeah, robbery. That's right.
Robbery robs you.
That's right. Ooh. Okay, so that is actually a good hint. It said Quake. It can be found on a red mimic in Ice Palace. Where is our Ice Palace entry? Gem, Pelaine, help.
Yeah, we really want that fire rod for Ice Palace and any potentially potential ammo signs.
I'm so glad Wallkicks has the lamp in this room.
Yes. Okay, we left.
Yeah, I'm really and we know that Quick was required because I think Wallkicks and Willard, combination of those two scouted that both Meyer and TR are Quake, but also like specifically it's Turtle Rock that we care about because that's the crystal.
Yeah. Yeah, we need all 7. That's the goal for Ganon. So yeah, definitely need a Quake.
Yeah, and the goal, by the way, isn't like an aspirational goal. It's not a stretch goal. It is a hard goal. Like that is baseline. You can't really, finagle your way or out of that one.
So Willard is coming back here in Light World. I wonder why, because he hasn't found an additional Eastern Small to check the key chest.
Did he maybe miss an enemy in here? Did he have everything? He doesn't have fire.
Yeah, he had everything except fire, but maybe the idea is just that it's faster to get here in Light World.
Oh.
Maybe it's just that's fair.
Maybe he thinks that if he can find something in pod, like he doesn't have to go back, run back down, and then. Yeah, I mean, I think he, you know, we're seeing what 21 checks on his side for pod. Assuming he can go beat the boss, right? Like that's probably gonna be a lot more stuff. And if he can find at least a small key, he maybe find I don't know something else like, you know, maybe it's worth it for him to go back in.
Wall Kicks is very happy about those hard drops he just got.
Oh my gosh, Wall Kicks. I mean, now I think the Survivor title is actually, you know, going pretty well for him because he has. I mean, he hasn't really died so much. He's a little bit more health. I mean, he's really pushing through this.
Rusty making a good point in chat that Skyward with all those keys is pretty tempting right now. That's
true.
That X of Pots room where there's all the minions.
Oh yeah, that's right. The room that
pointers.
you never go to. Right, yes.
Yeah. That one has a bunch of stuff right now. I guess it is only like 13 checks, which is not that much in the grand scheme of things, but I don't know, with all these keys, it seems like it feels like that's deliberately put in logic. Because something might be there.
Oh, actually, Dark Eyes will bring up a good point too. Like, we may not necessarily need the front of TR in order for Quake. We definitely need it for Mire if something is important is in there. But like, in order to get into TR, we you know, because it's inverted, we can backdoor our way in. Another.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah, but okay, we're gonna see here in the backup pod. I mean, that Ether medallion, while it is not logically required, but holy cow, man, Willard is getting like massive amounts of value out of this thing. Wall Kicks is going well. Is he gonna just go beat the boss? Where's the? He's still swordless.
We're doing the boss first, and after that we'll get this. I guess.
I mean, I understand. I can understand his rationale, but like, man, but knowing where like a sword is, I think it would just help him out so much.
Yeah. It's actually so sad. Walkings has been really thorough and not skipped anything on his way. But then, for just one moment, he forgot about the DMD cave on Death Mountain and missed the sword, which is like the thing he wants the most.
Yeah, he's like scoured the entirety of the other caves too, right? The Old Man Rescue one, right? Like all of those. I mean, every I think backup as well, right? It's just, man, Willard needs to survive here.
He's got the cape out, that's good. But he needs to wait a little bit before he can use it because of the cape delay.
Oh, right. Can he not swing a sword? Okay.
He had spin speed, so he needs to tap A first.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Alright, okay, we did it. Alright. Willard, ice cold veins. You know, he does not panic in moments of stress.
Yeah, he gets out.
Yeah, and we got a second crystal out of this. Willard's got 2-0 here versus Wall Kicks on the scoreboard. Wall Kicks I'm not gonna say anything. Man, imagine doing this.
He'll be fine.
Lamp,
he will be fine. Oh my god.
Okay, no. That Spike. That Spike, I think, is smarter sometimes than some of the enemies that we face.
Oh no.
The mimics are that's so rough. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
they
pretty
just
tempting,
instantly
honestly,
shoot you, and it's pretty rough.
It's okay. Walker's gonna go back. Maybe he'll get his sword. Since he got an early, you know, warp to the beginning, to the front of the dungeon.
Might just try and find some stuff. Yeah,
oh my gosh, we're getting a sword! Oh, finally. Okay, we got like 2 more rooms to go here before Wall Kicks can finally get a sword. I am so excited for him. Okay, we have a lot of pendant small keys. We saw, I think that was our maybe like 3rd key to desert or something like that combined. I don't remember. Well, no, maybe it's only 2.
Wall Kicks first.
We have a bunch of
Huzzah.
And 1 hour and 13 minutes. Yeah, that's a lot. It was sub 100 minutes. You know, everyone give a big congratulations to Wall Kicks for finally being able to swing something. I think if I went swordless for like 100 minutes, I think I would just I wouldn't use my Y button for a while. I would only use A. Alright, so yeah, we all see the Mimic kind of taunting us. That ended up killing Wallkicks earlier, but now he knows it's coming. Doubly so.
Yeah. If he came to the back first, he could have known ahead of time.
It's true.
Just
You know,
saying.
actually, in Enemizer, that's actually maybe not a bad idea, right? Like, because you get, especially with the lamp, you get some scouting on, like, what's in your hallway that you have to go dash through for pod. Maybe I actually can think about that a little bit more.
Yeah, if you're smart and remember to do that, like...
I'm here sitting in the commentator's booth saying, yeah, you can just scout it, but I mean, realistically, I would have not remembered to check it ahead of time when I'm playing this.
Okay, that's why. Well, you know, so the good news is that, well, Mystery Pogchamp is not a co-op tournament, but, you know, there is a co-op tournament going on. Then, you know, if you don't remember, tell that to your partner to tell him to remind you.
Yes, good point.
Then it's your partner's fault. But Mystery Pogchamp, you're kind of on your own, honestly, so...
So Walking's found the bug net. It was here in the Dark Maze.
Mm-hmm. That's what it seems like. Okay. And
Oh,
I
that's
think
a
they
nice
still
find.
don't have... Yeah, so they still have their green potion that they haven't used yet. So I don't know if they want to trade that for a fairy. Because they're kind of at the point of health, maybe, where... I mean, I know that Wallkicks, you know, is... Well, I think he's still getting pummeled a lot. But, you know, it's kind of at a point where maybe the magic is more useful than the health. I don't know. You know, I guess
They do have half magic, but yeah, the other thing I guess is once they do find bombos or fire rods and they need to kill all the red berries,
That magic is
Oh,
gonna
yeah. Mm-hmm.
go away pretty quickly.
Alright, you see Wallkick, or not Wallkicks, Willard ended up picking up a heart piece, you know, from Catfish. It may not be a common thing to pick up, but, you know, for these types of settings, I think he will take every piece of safety and heart you
Yeah.
get.
Yeah, for sure. They just don't have that much health, and it's Enemizer, and there can be
Yeah.
a lot of random enemies in your way that just deal 4 hearts and destroy you, so...
Yeah, actually, I
Yeah,
mean, yeah. Oh, actually, whoa, Bucko, no empty bottles. Oh, wait, when did Wallkicks get a second
Oh,
bottle?
yeah.
They both have 2 bottles? Wait, when did this happen?
I would totally replace this red potion with a fairy.
a little bit late now, but okay, we're back here.
Yeah.
Oh, but does Wallkicks want to use his red potion? It is there. I understand the potion shop is kind of terrible to get to in inverted, but still, like, you know, the back of pod also is kind of terrible to get back to.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's going to the X of pots. Let's see what's here. We bomb jumped here. You can actually just bonk to this room. It's a little bit faster and you don't have to damage yourself.
This spike is terrible.
Yep. Okay, nothing here. Okay, he reset the key. I don't know if that's necessary at 4 keys, because I think he said 2 for the back, but like might as well. Yes.
Yeah, but we're still missing a fire in order to get to the back. The back is pretty lucrative, right, in this mode? Like,
Oh
we
yeah,
have pots
there's
and enemies.
lots of pots and bones back there.
Good job, Wallkicks. You saw the red
You
mimic.
outsmarted the mimic.
He's like inching forward. Oh my, there are more things. Right, there are 4 enemies up here. Okay, alright, Wallkicks, you can do this. I believe in you. You have a green potion, you have a red potion, you have a cape, you have hammer. You've got a bow that only apparently has 3 arrows. Never mind. You'll still fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I have the red potion and then also cape and half magic. I guess Willard never killed these 2 mimics here. Walking's definitely dead. But yeah, with this lamp in hand, Willard is now going to the Dark Sewers, which there's a good amount of stuff here to find.
Ah, yes, I remember the standard opening in Pots and Bones. Yes, there are a lot of. There was a massacre of enemies. How many was there? 105 or something like that? I don't remember the number.
108, yeah.
108. Yeah, that's right. Oh, but you know
On a
what's
cane.
here? Yeah, Cane of Samaria.
It doesn't do anything. Let's go.
Well, it will make our ice palace lives a little bit nicer. It's definitely required for Turtle Rock, which is a crystal. It's all good.
Yeah.
But yes, right now I believe you're correct in that it doesn't actually do anything immediately. You know what the cane does not do though? It removes our caneless ice palace meme. So Willard, you know what? You should put it back. This Dark Cross sucks. I don't want to be here anymore.
It's okay. We can't make Willard not be there anymore, but we can make the enemies not be there anymore. Thus making. Oh.
Well, this we should have come here a lot sooner because this is our Ice Palace package right here.
Willard leaving another pot behind him.
I saw that. Did he realize that maybe when he mirrored? I don't know if that was like the same reaction, but okay. You know what? We got enough for Ice Palace. We got bombos. We got a Master Sword. We got half magic. We got Samaria. We've got how many ice keys? We have 3 ice keys. Oh, that's a lot of ice keys. Okay, yeah, Willard. I mean, challenge the lane. We're diving straight in.
Yeah, 3 keys put maybe not most things in logic, but they make most things available. And they certainly put a lot of stuff in logic here, and at this point, very likely that our progression is just going to be here because there isn't really much left.
How can you fault somebody for skipping a pot? You're literally just rushing Ice Palace,
Yeah, but what if it has the Fire Rod?
Wall Kicks will find that out for us. I actually didn't even catch the hint that Willard read at the very beginning. Maybe it was useful.
It's never going to be useful in this mode.
Okay, true.
Trust me. These are some nice jumps.
These jumps are wow.
Oh my god, that boss buffer.
Okay, Willard is a gamer. He knows how to play this game.
That was sick.
Willard has played his fair share of Enemizer adventures in this game before.
He knows where the enemy spot. Pretty good. Okay, Wall Kick's about to get his bombos, and he's probably going to check the pot.
Assuming we get over there, yeah. Wall Kicks is like, I have a medallion. Amazing.
Yeah, that bomb guy is helping him out by killing that enemy ahead of time. He's also skipping a pot. What the hell? He even walked toward it and then he's saving it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sure. Okay, if our fire rod's there, sorry all. Fire rod is hard required because of Trinex. But I'm sure it's just not there. Surely, both Willard and Wall Kicks can't be wrong, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. We're going Ice Palace.
Skip is gonna be required.
I mean, I believe in the rule of fire in Ice Palace. Okay, we got our bombos. That's our ticket in here. So surely our fire rod will just be here.
Surely.
Memes have never let me down. Is that all 5 Skullwood Smalls?
Yes.
Oh, that's a lot of. Yeah, that's a lot of Skullwood Smalls.
Right, and now we get to watch the bombos animation a lot. Every time we find the red Barry, we get to use bombos.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, our Wall Kicks confirmed. There's a heart in Mimic Cave, so that means we still have to go in, right? We still have to get the enemies, right? Oh, but I guess that means that we don't have to. Well, that means you don't have to go to the back, right? You can just kill the mimics or whatever the enemies there are and then leave. Okay, let's see in this case. Wall Kicks. He's not even taking any chances. We're just going.
Oh, this is interesting. If any of these enemies drops something. Okay, lucky. So Willard has a boomerang, but Wall Kicks has not, so he would not be able to get that item.
Oh, yeah, true.
Okay, Willard's mirroring. This is the route he decides to take through Ice Palace. So he would have had to open the door now that leads from right side to the middle, which with limited keys he doesn't really want to. So now he's going the vanilla route, the IPBJ route, and getting all the enemies on that path in pots.
Is he gonna survive this?
With the power of a potion.
Good job, Willard. I approve.
Is he cape-touched?
Oh, I hope not. That is something that I guess that's like a valid concern, right? With the cape, is that you sometimes have to cancel your cape stuff early or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Ooh, Willard. Yeah, he's thinking ahead. Yeah, no, this is good, right? He used his potion. He used his green potion. Now I think he wants to try and catch this fairy. As soon as
Might also just want the health right
or
now.
he'll just take the health. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, yeah. Wall Kicks is doing. Yeah, I mean, like using the medallions here, man. I mean, thank God it's not swordless because like, all these
Ice
groups, like
Stars
you
is
have,
terrible.
yeah. And like the fact, I mean, even Willard when he had the ether medallions so early, I mean, he saved so much time. I mean, like okay, like yes, Wall Cakes didn't have a sword, and all that stuff, but even assuming he had a sword, like the medallions saved up so much time. It was just, I mean, just because you can basically just kill everything.
We found another Hyrule Castle small.
Which means we can get
This-
to Zelda Cell, right?
Willard can. Walking still doesn't have
Right.
either of them. Yes, but I guess he hasn't marked it, right? He doesn't auto track, but yeah.
Mhm.
He didn't have the one from Thieves.
Yeah, and actually, given that no, Thief's Town is a crystal. Okay, so we will have to go back there eventually. But right now we are because it's key drop, enemy shuffle, whatnot. Like we need at least 2 small keys to go beat the boss. 3 if we want to go check big big chest. So and we have 0. It looks like. So we might not
But I
be
need to
able to
find
go
some.
back to Thief's Town for a bit. Yeah, PSA, these shadow dudes, I know that they come out in the wild a lot, but I don't know if it's just like a misconception or something. Like people, like you have to go kill all of these enemies here in Ice Palace. They do potentially can drop something, so.
Yeah, I think you kind of want to believe they don't drop anything because they're not animized. But they definitely do
yeah.
to drop things.
Oh, hey, look, we
I
got
found another bottle. That's nice.
We're very happy to find bottles.
Yeah. I don't think we make it to this bunny beam in time to bow out. Nice
Willard
try.
tried. He tried to bonk over the bunny beam. I think that actually been pretty cool if that happened, but I guess not.
Yeah, no, it doesn't let you. It still makes you a bunny.
I think you were right actually about that green potion. Honestly, like I did not actually think that, like once you have half magic, I can just kind of think that, oh, well, we don't need, very much stuff anymore. But like, man, the fact that we have the medallions are actually pretty magic heavy for usage. So suddenly
Yeah,
we're
even with
just
half
kind of.
magic.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay,
the other issues, pots and enemy drops are randomized, so you don't get your guaranteed magic drops from certain places. So you're kind of at the mercy of, what they decide to drop. Okay, so Walkies open up the right door. So the way to clear this dungeon now for him is to go south here and walk up to the IPVJ room and get all the enemies and pots on the way there.
Okay.
But not open up the door from the conveyor room, and then later you go back and drop into the conveyor room and mirror out of there.
Mm-hmm.
He just realized he needs to go back. But yeah, we hopefully will not open the door to the conveyor room.
Okay. This is one of those I think he was even like a spoiler team or something that don't open this door. Like it's kind of even more important, I think, in key drop, right? Because especially in this case, you accidentally open a door. Like these small keys, I mean, they can. I mean, like not only necessarily in even Podolato or Mobbery, right? Like even just like regular key drop, they can be a lot of terrible places that you don't want to go to if you accidentally open the doors. So
yeah.
By the way, speaking of,
that's what I was thinking of there. The store that I was thinking about there, you also don't want to open up, because you can get to both sides of it without opening it. So that's another key you can save in ice.
how convenient! There's the big key right above the big key of the big chest. That's very nice.
It's
by the way, yeah,
it'd be pretty hard to get back there without hookshot later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yes, right. We're still missing a hookshot. Okay, right. And speaking of, so Willard also read in the long Ice Palace room. He read a hint that left side swamp has a rupee and a turtle rock small, and we see that TR is a crystal. Like I don't know in this case what our options are for turtle rock. So normally if it's just like regular, we need a lot of TR keys, like 5 out of 6 or something. But this is inverted. I don't know where the myths are. I don't know what our situation is. Trying to traverse the turtle rock, like we.
Yeah, we might need the Quake and go from the front to find out what's in there. Or hookshot.
Yeah, like...
It's possible.
Yeah, we need a lot of stuff potentially, and like the fact that we already spent 1 key because we didn't have a hookshot into swamp, right? Like, which means that we need 2 more keys to go beat the boss, to go beat the dungeon. So if we do less last one, we have to get all 6, right? And it's like, man, that is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome, Mr. Ed and friends of Ed. Yes, this is a mystery Pogchamp race. We are, for those of you more familiar with Pots and Bones, this is a variant of that, except it's inverted.
And randomized.
And atomized, yes.
You also don't start with compasses, and what else? It's not entrance, I guess. That's
true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Possibles, I guess, is big on entrance. That's true.
And you need 7 crystals. 7 crystals fast.
Right, you need 7 crystals. Okay, so another pod key. Okay, so both these guys are making their way through Ice Palace. Hopefully we're and yes, very thankfully, they both have the compass to Ice Palace. Yeah, Willard is a little bit ahead, at least getting through everything. I don't actually know Walker's going to get through all the stuff. They just send over keys, but I don't actually pay attention to see like what route they ended up taking.
They're doing the same route. They
Okay.
they will be able to get the same stuff, assuming Walkies goes back for the conveyor drop down. And I think that should be a full clear of ice. Assuming they don't accidentally spend the key wrong. Which Walkies can't anymore because he already spent his key on the restock room. But yeah, Willard
right.
could accidentally run into the store here, for example, and waste his key.
It's like one of the hardest things now, you know, luck to do. You've been like so good, so thorough, you know, the entirety of the game, and then you accidentally get too close. Just like the lava chest in TR, right? You accidentally open that door and you're just so sad.
Yeah. Oh my god, he almost skipped that
I can't
part.
believe he almost missed that. Holy cow.
Look at his expression, he's like, oh
yeah.
no, what can I do?
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, see, that is a terrible location. If you accidentally forget that one plot, like, man, how are you ever gonna come back to that one location? I don't really know how. I don't know how you're supposed to retrace your steps like this.
The best thing, like the thing that can bail him out here is that this is a dungeon, so there's a chest counter that will tell him he's missing an item.
Okay, so I think.
But yeah, Willard should have everything after these last 2 rooms and the boss. Hicks didn't go to many pots. Oh no, he needs to kill the third party again, right? Because he accidentally.
Yeah. Well, at least for wall kicks, I think he accidentally he picked up the block and then he threw it down, right? And then ended up hurting the Bari, so he couldn't burn it. Yeah. Yeah,
he's going to the boss though. That's not great because he hasn't been to the many pots room and like the iced tea room at the one above it.
Oh, and that's where Ice Rod is, right? For wall kick?
Yeah.
And can he come back in?
He definitely can come back in. Will he come back in? I don't know.
Okay. Good point. Man, how does one beat Cold Stare on Wall Kicks' equipment?
Carefully.
Remember? Well, okay, he does have a fairy, which is good. But he's definitely at an equipment disadvantage compared to Willard, because like Willard, I mean, he got this. Oh my god, he got the Master Sword from Deathbound Descent Cave. But Walkins is doing. I was gonna say he was doing pretty well. He does have a fairy, which is still really good. Yeah. And probably enabled him to be a bit more aggressive. Getting a bit closer to Cold Stare.
Yeah, that was probably why he was playing it so aggressive. He can still take 1 hit. So he gets to be a bit aggressive still. Willard got a nice 133 out of 133, so he is completely done with this dungeon.
That's awesome. You know how good that feeling is? Like, to be able to see a fully cleared dungeon, like, you did everything, like, did everything correctly, and Willard, I think especially, is pretty happy he got that ice rod.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, take note, if you want a full clear Ice Palace in a Pots and Bones with enemy drop shuffle and pot shuffle, you need 3 small keys to do everything.
Small keys. Good to know. So actually, does that mean that with if you have 4 small keys to Ice Palace, like you can actually, like, you don't have to re-enter again? Like he's like Willard like did one half and then he stopped basically short of like the right side door, right? And then he mirrored and then he did like the ice bomb jump away.
Yeah, it's still kind of terrible because you have to not icebreaker into like right side the vanilla way, because you need to go through the vanilla route because you drop down into the like room with the Stavros Knights that you need to bomb.
Okay. Right. Right. Yeah.
That door closes and you can't open it from the other side, so you have to drop into that, and then you can't icebreaker. That's the annoying part. But yeah, Willard is taking this Quake to Mire, which Mire has a lot of enemies and pots, so even though it's a pendant, this is a pretty lucrative dungeon for this mod.
Did you know, Jem, that you need either the boots or the hookshot to enter Mire to get to the second room? I learned that recently. Yeah, and guess what? Willard has the boots, so he does not have the hookshot, so maybe the hookshot will just be in here.
Yeah, that's true. You start with pseudo boots in Pog Championship. That might be tempting to just assume you can just go into Mire at any time, but no, you do in fact need a real boots or a hookshot for this.
It's something to learn. Every single time you play rando, you think that you can get in somewhere and then you're just blocked the hard way.
Always
I like also I also like how like Willard basically just came into this room and you just saw like I think he saw 3 enemies like nope, I'm just gonna use medallions, and I think right now I don't know what's getting more usage actually for his stuff, either like the hammer or ether for that matter, because it has been a lot of basically 2 item usage.
Yeah. So Willard is actually here with 0 small keys. So maybe you can find the vanilla one, but you really want at least 1 small key for this so you can go to Fishbone Room.
Oh, right, Fishbone.
Because...
So can you actually get to Fishbone with 0? Or do you need the big key for this? Or you actually do need like a hard, like, 1 small key?
I guess with the big key you can actually make it to Fishbone, if you find the big key.
Okay.
So we might still be able to make it there if the big key is not locked behind the small key.
I love this room progress. Look, it's also we also have our friend the blue square no dude back.
Yeah. So compasses are shuffled, but a hell of a lot of them seem to have been in the vanilla.
Yeah. For what it's worth, we found the Thieves Town compass in Hype Cave, so like it was not in Thieves Town initially, and I don't think so no one really kind of knew, at least at the beginning, whether mobbery stuff was on. I mean, until you basically started killing stuff, and then maybe an enemy will get lucky and drop you something that's not in the price pack, right? But I mean, then again, like, the enemies were pretty bad in Thieves Town, so you didn't really have any way of killing things well, right? Other than just like picking up pots, so it's kind of a give or take here.
Yeah, not starting with a sword in mobbery robbery is really miserable, because like the game just assumes you can kill everything with bombs, right? So like everything is in logic that you can reach. It doesn't require special things to kill with, but yeah. So you would have to always farm bombs and kill like your 5 enemies with it, and then go back to farming.
Yeah, and I guess like money. I mean, okay, so if we were playing Shop Sanity, then at least money would be somewhat like considered to be in logic, right? You can actually like go like buy your hammer or whatever if if it's there. But like, yeah, like if it's not on, there's always you always is assumed to be able to farm money. Hey, is that our first Thieves Town small key?
Yeah.
Hey, look, we need that Mire medallion. We need the Quake for sure. All right, is this gonna be another something that we can go? Oh, yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, guess
we can kill it now.
we might be going Thieves Town now. That is a crystal, which is good. Yeah. Ideally, we would have 1 more, but honestly, like if we, maybe we would just go beat the boss and we just have to go lead the 1 big chest behind.
And before there's another one.
Oh.
Yeah. But we did find was it 2 or 3 Hyrule Monsters?
It was 3, I think.
We have all 4 now, so Hyrule Castle is also completely in logic.
so we can get to like Zelda Cell, like basically past Boomerang Chest, right? So there's like 2 guards there and Zelda Cell and a couple pots down there.
Yeah, and we can get to Frederick and yet more Red's room.
I forgot about. See, I just blocked those rooms from my memory because there's no reason why you would ever go there, you know. But this since they're enemized, I'm sure there are no more rats to be killed. It's just all you know, good demons.
It's actually the yet more enemies room.
Yes. All right, but Willard's got his eyes set on his next crystal, making some pretty good progress. Wallkicks actually already has his first crystal from Pod. He has a second, 2 crystals already from Ice Palace. He's just gonna try and finish up everything else. The fact that he is here in many pots going on the way to Ice Tea is very good for Wallkicks because he needs that Ice Rod.
Yeah. Nice job by Willard remembering that there's a red bar here. Coming back to kill it.
Yeah.
It looked like all the other rooms didn't have any blue squares. So we seem to be done with the front on Willard's side. You got everything?
Willard. Yeah, I think Willard actually did a pretty good job of trying to clear out everything in Thieves Town. I think it was more just Wallkicks that just had a really rough time trying to get everything in the front. We're gonna get a heart container. Look at that. See, that's the thing that Willard saw the very early because he killed the thing from the 2 pots underneath, and he could not get it, and I think it was very sad.
Yeah, especially that early struggling and dying, like you just want that, right?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well then the 3rd Thieves Town Smolky is just in Thieves Town, so we're gonna be able to full clear out Thieves Town completely. We just needed to go to Meyer apparently to go get the other 2 Thieves Town Smolkies.
Okay, that's pretty nice.
Yeah. Wallkicks, by the way, got 133 out of 133. Very nicely done.
Nice job, Wallkicks.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like Wallkicks, I think he just primarily plays, I would say, like outside of Mr. Pogchamp, just mainly just like regular entrance modes, right? Entrance, cross keys, and he has adapted, I would say, very well to these like newer modes. He's learned quite well.
Yeah, he's pretty unexperienced, but like he has been taking his time to make sure he does everything right and has like soaked up what he needs to learn what to do, and yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and we definitely see in this case that so long as in this case Wallkicks just plays his game, right? I mean, it's he plays it the way that he feels like it gives him the best opportunity to win, and especially for longer modes that has a lot more search space, right? It's just so easy to mess up, right? So as long as you do your due diligence, I think that's probably the best that you're going to be able to do. And if your opponent makes a mistake, right, that does not affect you whatsoever, right? Like it's only your game to lose at that point. You don't you don't have to take any unnecessary risks.
Wallkicks now making his way into Maya 2. Oh, he's gonna catch a fairy? No. Not getting health. Yeah, he doesn't have a Smolky either, so he will also only get those Smolkies that were it, like his 2 Thieves Town Smalls and like 3 Hyrule Castle Smalls. And probably gonna follow the world's footsteps after.
Yeah, I would imagine, and especially for Wallkicks, if he doesn't have everything from the front, I certainly would imagine that he wants to go back to Thieves Town sooner rather than later. And it's gonna be, another crystal for him. Oh, we have the flutes.
Let's go.
So, okay, wait, but does the flute actually open up anything? It does make travel a bit nicer.
Yeah, I don't think it does anything.
Okay, but yeah, the flute is kind of amplified, in terms of value, if you have the myths, because you can, if you flute to, what is it, spot 6, right? If you have the myths, you can go to Light World, right? Easier if you have the myths, you can go to, yeah, and you can go to Ice Palace easier, right? But you kind of need the myths to make things, a bit nicer. I think otherwise, Northern Travel Dark World, I don't know, I think it's okay. It doesn't not save you time, but it maybe doesn't give you a much boost. Hey, look, it's our first Meyer's Ball in the back of Thieves Town. Amazing.
Yeah, you just had to go into Maya to get one of those Thieves Town Smalls there, and that got you here. Great.
Yeah. Good thing we were able to stay though, in order to go get the rest of the other Thieves Town Smolky, and then we just got one, on one of the enemies. That anti-fairy is terrible.
Terrible, yeah. Alright, well, you gotta go to the left. He knows.
Nice, nice. Oh yeah, like these big blocks, right? That also counts as one pot item thing.
Yep. Yep, sure does.
See, that's
remember.
another thing that I don't know if it would have been extremely obvious, like to, at least, you know, to the person who was just learning this mode. We are skipping the key, is that what's happening? Okay, okay. Oh, he just maybe wants to reset the room. I think I understand.
Yeah, the idea was it's only 3 things. Probably they will not drop anything, so you're just preparing to leave because this room is terrible.
Okay, yeah, makes sense, makes sense.
Yeah. And it's the same super tile, so the enemies stay dead if you do need to return. Willard is missing 2 items.
Did he get the hallway one? I assume he got the hallway ones. Maybe he...
Oh, maybe he didn't, because there's a blue square.
Oh. Wait, did he not kill things here?
This one had the pot small, so this one he definitely killed.
Hmm. I thought he killed everything here.
Uh-oh.
Yes, uh-oh. Uh-oh is correct. What did we miss?
Yeah, this room only has these 2 enemies, so you must have missed something in that conveyor room above. Oh, at least it's quick to go back around because of the blue switch.
I guess, yeah. Oh, maybe
must
there's 2
be
enemies
here.
here. Yeah, they must be here then. Because we never ever go to the bottom half of this room because we only ever go to the right side
Yes.
for the door.
Yes. And then there's one more enemy, I guess. Maybe... I thought there were no more blue squares in the front, but maybe there are.
No, I think no. I thought you were right. Like, I didn't see any more blue squares in the front, but I'm also trying to think if he actually like missed a pot somewhere. Cause yeah, like, I mean, this is the good thing about dungeon counters. You know, we're gonna walk away with, well, in this case, -1 from the dungeon. I don't know if it's worth it for Willard at this point to go back, like to try and find it.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not.
Because, you know, like, I think you did mention, right, we got a lot of Hyrule Castle stuff, so we can actually, so there are a good number of checks that we can do, you know, I guess in Hyrule Castle. It's not a crystal, but it is actually more checks for us. But that being said, I don't know.
It's
Like, I
also
don't know what
not
else.
Mayan.
Oh,
Mayan's
yeah,
not
that's
magic.
true. Yeah. Okay.
We are going back,
so
though.
Willard's gonna go back. Yeah.
Oh, look, that chest. Yes, never gotten the Vicky chest.
Oh! At least, well, you know what? At least it's obvious in this case, right? Like, that's kind of
Well,
nice.
you say that. I don't think he realized. Unless... I think he
It
might
looks like
be sweeping
he's
for a
going
blue
straight
square.
forward.
Yeah, no, he's just sweeping for a blue square.
Oh,
You don't
oh,
see it?
well, I'm okay. What was in Vicky chest? I don't think it was anything. We didn't. I mean, I think Walkick's
I don't
probably
think it's
got it.
anything
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So at this point, I think we saw Willard skip 1, the Vicky chest in Thieves Town, and the 2 pots that in the well. So.
Yep, the 2 pots at Uncle and 1 pot in Darkross.
Right. Okay. So actually, okay. So what do we all still like hard need at this point? We still need a hook shot, right? Because Swamp is a crystal.
Yep, we need a Fire Rod to kill Trinex.
With hookshot we can get to Hera and we can clear Hera. With hookshot we can kill Argus, but we need a 5th Swamp Small.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 more Swamp Small on Willard's side, 2 on Walkick's side.
Right, and well, okay.
And
How many? The hookshot can still be in Swamp, right? We only know that left side Swamp, the 2 chests are Rupee and TR Small, but there are a lot of enemies also there too, right?
yeah, enemies and pots, there can definitely be required stuff over there, which would require 6 Swamp Small if we need it.
6 smalls. 6 small keys. I mean, is that one of the features of key drop, right? Is that you get to go get all 6 swamp smalls as opposed to like you have to go get all 6 swamp smalls. You know,
You get to
it just
play the
depends
game
on your yeah.
To the Amaleks, there's one there to flood the room And in Swamp they could do Specky Clip without Dogshot, so they used the key there, both of them.
Despite the fact that
That's
it
the
is
first key.
2024, we do not have starting hookshot for Swamp Palace, so yes. I approve of Wallkicks' usage of any medallion that he had. He is still short that one sword that Willard found in a DMD cave that Wallkicks still hasn't taken. It's actually, like, for how thorough Wallkicks is, like, the two things that he had missed, like, pretty early, honestly, would have gotten him, like, such an improvement in quality of life. Like, any sword in the back of Pod, or in this case DMD cave, or like that ether medallion that that Willard was able to get with his one Hyrule Castle small key that he got in Thieves Town.
Yeah, those things were so
Like-
huge for Willard. That's basically the reason he's ahead like this.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, I think in maybe the first, like, 5 to 10 minutes, like, you know, there were some, like, very minor back and forth. I think, like, Willard got the hammer a couple minutes earlier than Wallkicks. I think he got the pearl maybe a couple minutes early. But, I mean, it's just, like, very, very, very minor, right? But it was, like, it was really the sword and the ether medallion and the fact that he got a glove earlier. Like, that was much, much bigger for Willard. I mean, but that being said, though, it's not like so it's not like Wallkicks is actually, I would say, like, really, you know, that, like, behind. I mean, it's like they're both missing basically the same things. You know, still missing Fire Rod, still missing Hookshot, they're still missing, you know, a bunch of keys. Like, and so they're still looking, you know, and it's still kind of anyone's game at this point.
Oh.
Oh,
I
what did
think
you
Willard
find?
is committing to requiring himself to find 6 Swamp Smalls.
Ooh. Or we're just
No, he's sleeping. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. This makes sense. He's leaving in a portal there for if he wants to go to Swamp, but for now he's going to Mire first to see what his small key gets in there.
That actually, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And like, yeah, like with the flute, I guess it's kind of nicer to be traveling, but also it's kind of, it's still, you know, just like, it's not like it gets much better in Inverted to get back to Swamp. Like, but it was a very nice placement, for sure, from Willard, because he was turning the purple chest, and so that was, yeah, it was definitely really nice to be able to save his time there. Inverted routing, you can kind of think of as almost like fluteless overworld routing, like, almost, right? Because especially in Light Worlds, and yeah, so anything you can kind of do to cut yourself down on some time is great. We're trying real hard with the mimics.
Yeah. So, Willard is here with only one more small key. That doesn't... It gets him a lot of extra stuff by unlocking Fishbone. But it's definitely not logic.
Yeah, there are a lot of keys here that you can, like, a lot of key doors you can just basically, like, frivolously
Waste keys,
spend,
huh?
right? Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Fishbone is locked behind... How many keys are there, Maya? Is it like 5 or 6 total?
There are, I want to say there are 5 Meyer small keys. There are 3 that are out in the wild, at least in regular, like Key Sanity, that you can go pick up, and then there's a
Yeah, the
Bari
2
key,
from
and then there's a
Cotton
pot
Candy.
key, right? Yeah.
Oh, but there's also the Fishbone pot key, so it must be 6.
Okay, 6, okay. Well, okay, well,
Yeah,
there's
that-
another swamp. Yeah, I mean, I think that was, Willard probably feels pretty good about this decision then.
Yeah. Still not happy to go to the left side swamp though until we find the 6th one.
Yeah, and I think Willard got everything pre-key. Like, you can still go over the left side swamp without spending a key, I think, right? And I think he ended up killing all the enemies or something like that, so yeah, it's just kind of a commitment to being
Yeah.
over there. We are... You know what, even though we got a little fanfare extra time, the fact that we can get, like, you know, just another thing we don't have to keep track of. Oh yeah, like, that's right, I didn't pick up the map here, so let's make a note of that if we're trying to clear out the dungeon. It's just not worth the mental hassle.
Not with this many items in the dungeon though.
Mhm. Alright, is Willard gonna remember to not pick up the center pot?
It's randomizer, so that
Oh, yeah, good
is
point, good point.
randomized.
Oh, hey, look, we have 2 boomerangs now that Willard can use.
Walking still doesn't have either. I don't remember where Willard found the blue one.
It's also possible he does have it. I guess maybe he just didn't track it. I don't know.
Oh yeah, to recent auto tracking. You're right. Keep forgetting that.
Okay, he's just, he's part of the OG crowd. Alright, but Walkings is definitely looking on track to, assuming we live through this room, he's looking on track to get everything, like, to full clear out this dungeon, which is great. That's another thing that Walkings can do, and especially actually over Will. Even though I don't think the last check actually, is consequential, but, it's, like, that peace of mind is really, really useful, like, in this mode.
He is missing more items than Willard did. Oh, it's
Is he really? 1, 2... Did he finish this last room here?
Okay, I don't know if there's anything left in this room, but the enemies are all dead, and I assume he picked up the pots.
Oh, I guess, okay.
He's missing 4 items. Yeah. Those must be in the front, because he's still missing that one Hero Castle Smoky from here, for example.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, we'll see in this case if Walkus has to go back.
Did Will just find the vanilla Smoky?
Maybe. Did he?
Because for some reason he's on left side now. That must have been in the lobby. The lobby chest must have been the Smoky.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's amazing.
Or the Bari, I guess?
No, the Bari is...
No. The Bari is past the key. You're right. Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's kind of nice then. Under a pot? Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you.
Oh, the pot behind the switchback. Okay. Thank you.
Mire is actually a pretty cool dungeon, like in terms of being able to navigate like things. Yes, you like Logic, you obviously like need a lot of small keys, but be able to just get to places like it's very interesting to see how far you can go and like which rooms you can go through in order to actually get everything.
Yeah, Maya is a lot of fun. There's a lot of different routes you can take. Yeah, we found the big key, so now we can go down here.
And we have the lamp.
Yes. I don't think Willard has done the big chest.
I believe you're correct. I think he never went over to the right side because he found the big key on the left side, and so he just hasn't been back over there yet.
Yeah. I wonder if he intends to do it afterwards, or if he just intends to skip it.
Willard doesn't want to take anymore. He's like, you know what? Maybe if it was the first 2 hours of the seed, I'm willing to, Do you know how happy that temper sword is gonna make Willard? I know he doesn't show it right now, but like, holy cow! So Willard's he's on tempered sword versus Walking's is still fighter sword, man.
That fighter sword is all Walkings needs to cast bombos over and over.
You're not wrong, okay? Walkings does need another sword to beat Ganon. It is a 7 crystal fast Ganon defeat. So hopefully, he's gonna find another sword somewhere. But man, being on tempered sword is just so comfortable. Sorry, so much more comfortable. I don't know how comfortable you can get in a seed like this, but at least it's something. Willard is also not Willard.
I forgot there's an anti-fairy up there that can be randomized into an enemy.
That's right. We're so spoiled because like everyone just does spooky, right? So then you basically never even see this room, like the switch room anymore.
Yeah.
So you just kind of say, after you don't see it for a while, you just kind of forget that things exist,
Come on, will I do bomb spooky?
Did the thing just get trapped in the bumper?
Oh my god, we found
Hookshot in my.
Look at that smile. We got tempered, we got hookshot, like 2 minutes later, and we had a swamp small key from earlier. I mean, like Willard, like his last, I don't know, like 10 minutes worth of gameplay has been really, really good. And it just worked out so well, right? So he can actually go beat Swamp now, right? Yeah, true. This hookshot is behind how many Maya small keys? Like 4?
A lot. It is certainly more than the one that he had coming in, and then I guess he got another vanilla, like not pure vanilla, but like another Meyer small key inside Meyer. So 2 or 3 more to go, something like that. But I think in this case, like I guess we don't know where the other Meyer smalls are, but it is like a forced double dip, right?
Yeah.
Of Meyer.
Well, we don't know where the others are. They could be in some other location we haven't checked. Like.
Oh, and then
For
we
example,
can
front
use
of
the
TR.
small keys. Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, that's true. That's where Wall Cakes is. We did go to the front of Castle Tower, at least like the Dark Maze part. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
we
did.
found anything though. But yeah, Wall Cakes is
Yeah, I
at
don't
the
think so.
Genius Keys to the front. You know, I mean, we're gonna start TR from the front to Traverse. So we still don't have a Fire Rod. So we can't really check Roller Room, and there are a couple enemies in there in addition to the 2 chests. Maybe the fire will just drop here on this bar, which would be hilarious.
Yeah, but
It's sadly not funny. We have to come up with some more comedy writers.
yeah.
Would strategically put his portal here in front of Storms
Yeah,
because he
it
knew he would
was
get another small key and the hookshot.
very interesting. So we got a book out of Turtle Rock, so we can at least, well, I was gonna say at this point we should be able to just get the tablets. However, on Wall Kicks' situation, we can still just check to see what's on the tablets.
And he
I'm-
can't actually reach the ether tablet yet.
Right. I was gonna say I think I would feel kind of bad for Wall Cakes if like the last sword was on Bobo's tablet or something, and then he has to go find
Oh,
another
yeah.
sword.
So for what it's worth, he will need to get the hookshot, and on the way to the hookshot there's another
That's true.
sword.
That is very true. But right now, yeah, we're kind of staring at the 0 key counter for Meyer small keys on Wall Kicks' side. I know he does not auto track, so he hasn't, but I'm pretty sure he has 0 right now. Actually 0.
No, but there was one in Deepstone, right? Isn't that who that got this?
Oh, you're right.
And I'm picking it up because it was just a blind cell or something like that.
Okay. Oh, I hope so.
So he should
Because
have it.
this is also another piece compass in the dungeon. I'm not complaining, by the way,
Okay.
because the blue square is like really nice to be able when you're playing mobbery.
Yeah,
Fix it.
except for when there's things on Super Tie in a different room and you don't know about it.
Yeah. Volcase right now, I think he's really trying to like he tried to use Quick Medallion, trying to suss things out. He's trying to use Bombos. Yeah, like where is the super tile attached to?
It goes to the left to Chain Chomps and the one south of it with the Pokey and then the... Uh-oh. We have a green potion.
I guess we're gonna find out. We have a blue. Oh,
Yes, we do.
we do. Nice. If only we had like a convenient potion shop. Honestly, like especially with this mode, just because everything in pots and enemies are shuffled, like you have so much money, you know? Like what are you even gonna spend it on?
Can't get the hard piece because he doesn't have a
trying.
boomerang or hookshot.
Yeah. He's trying.
Oh, and now he's... Yeah, the blue square doesn't go away because he can't pick up the hard piece.
Nice.
That's why he took the tour through that room. And there's another case. This is the same super tile, that's why there's the blue square still here. But now it should go away, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay. Well, Kicks. I know he doesn't have full health either, but like he doesn't even have the option of using sword beams, you know? It's just like, man.
Okay, Walkings decided not to spend the small key there. This makes sense because oh, he's also gonna maybe check if the blue square disappeared over here. Nice.
Yeah, looks
Yeah,
like
but-
it. Yeah.
Looks like, yeah, he doesn't want to spend the small key on the door to the rest of TR, which makes sense because he needs one small key later to get to Trinex and then the rest from
Yeah.
Laser Bridge.
Yeah.
So
I-
he's being conservative with it, and he just found this book which opens up like 100 checks in Desert.
We can get to desert. That's thank you, Inverted. Yes, that is a hard required entry into another pendant dungeon. But we've seen obviously like the value that Meyer has provided for us, which is also another pendant dungeon. But you are absolutely correct. So we're gonna be able to check Bubbles tablet on the way. As soon as we get to not desert. Where are we going? Maybe buying a potion?
Oh. No,
Maybe checking hobo?
it's not Hobo, is it? Come on, Warkicks.
Wow.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I
We
did not
can't go to
expect.
Hobo.
Of all things, I did not expect this one. Oh no, walking. We're gonna. Okay, so we have a fairy. It's fine. It's fine.
The stupid roller taking another victim. Oh, we found the last swamp small in the back of swamp apparently. I just realized Willard has the 6 swamp small. in his
Yeah.
inventory.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You know, like when you play like spoiler log stuff, and you see like, aha, there's a there's a swamp key in smalls. You know, so okay, yeah, it's like a little less work naturally for you to go, find it out in the wilds. You can just enter the. If you don't know that the last swamp key or the last Thieves Town key is in the dungeon, like you're very not okay going to the dungeon with not like that many keys. You know. Oh.
Yeah. The vanilla small keys we found were at least a little bit fortunate because in Thieves you're like, okay, I can go to Thieves. I'm just skipping the big chest in a dungeon that has like 100 checks. Like, doesn't matter. And here's like, okay, I'll just skip left side swamp. Who cares? These were at least fortunate. It's a lot worse if it's something, for example, like desert, where you need all the small keys to get to the back, and then the last one is just like in the tiles in the back or something.
Yeah, no, that's really true because like tiles 1, like the very first entry one, like there are a couple pots in there, and I think there's a tile room, right? Like that one's okay, right? You just go to the back and you just take one room, but anything really past that though, like yeah, it's pretty expensive in order for you to kind of go over there. I mean, and expensive in terms of time. All right, but Willard, I mean, so, and man, and, again, it would actually make it kind of nice to be able to have a compass, here in Swamp Palace, just because you just have you have some peace of mind, or more copium, that whatever number of items you can leave behind, you're comfortable or okay with. But at least here, I guess it's just more.
Well, let's hit the switch.
You have to do more due diligence to, keep. So everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm sure Willard knows exactly what he's doing. And if he doesn't, he's just gonna go straight back, and maybe he'll just give up on this dungeon,
See, that's the upside of not having the compass. Like you're skipping those checks, but you can't see them on the counter.
Okay, so it's more just about like ignorance, right? It's just what
Yes,
you can't,
ignorance
what
is
you
best.
can't, yeah, what you can't see can't hurt you. I understand the sentiment very completely. Okay, so the good news for Wall Kicks is that it's not a sword. It was just some random amount of rupees, which at this point, with nothing to spend money on really outside of like Zora and like Pod, which Pod was very early. I don't really know what you're supposed to be. I don't know how you're supposed to stimulate the economy here. We're just supposed to hoard all our money, in our mattresses.
Okay.
Well, that's very soon about to find out that he didn't hit the switch.
It's okay. Do we need a TR small and those 5 pots over there? Maybe, I don't know. It looks like the answer is yes, because he's gonna hit the switch now, right? That's what.
Yep, he's being thorough.
Okay, that's good. That's good. We've already come all the way over here. What's another like a minute? Of our time spent in this dungeon.
I don't think Willard has also been thorough, but he did make skips, but I think all of those were unintentional.
That's actually probably true.
So like he was trying to be thorough, just unfortunate about the skips.
Well, so far I think they haven't really hurt him so far. So
Yeah. So Walkins decided to spend the small key of desert on the right side, which right side is probably one of the worst ways to spend your keys. But he got a Hera small, which unlocks like how many checks? Like 15 or something.
there are all the pots in tile room, right? There's like 6 or 7 down there. And I guess like the
3 mini modems, 2 starfos, and 2 pots in the chest, which is 8. And I guess like 6 or so pots. So yeah, it's around 15.
So assuming we can actually get to Hera eventually on Wallkick's side, we can certainly go get that. Right now, he is definitely missing that hookshot that Willard has found in, well, I guess Meyer basement. In addition to, of course, a sword. Any other sword, you know, Tempered Master, I don't think Wallkicks will complain. It will be a sword for him, and I think another Swamp Small.
Okay, Willard is finally taking a soak shot to the mountain.
Yeah.
He's-
Oh, actually,
Yeah,
did we get
first
a hint?
business.
Did we get a hint for Hera?
Right, it's just as Maya small in there, right?
Yeah, I think.
Which that's hilarious because like you need a hook shot to get there. Which is all the deepest depth of Maya.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess. Man, who had that hint though? I think it was Willard who had the hint. For Hera. I don't know if Wallkicks did. I also don't know when Wallkicks decided to save and quit. I have no idea how if you like can save scum keys in this mode, if it's like easy or not to be able to do that. But like if Wallkicks knows about the hint and the only like real value that he ended up getting on Brightside Desert was just that Hera small, I don't know, maybe it's worth its time to just reset and then try the backup desert.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. I feel like save scumming your keys is like something you do as a Doors player, and Wallkicks doesn't have much experience with that. So I don't know if he will think of it. But
Yeah.
has he found anything else?
I
besides
don't
key?
remember seeing anything else, at least on Wallkicks'
Yeah,
side.
same.
No. Yeah, the
But
fact
it's
that
easy to
Desert-
miss something, so might be.
Well, he is sporting that real fancy fire shield.
Oh, true.
Does that?
Yeah,
does that
maybe he
count?
doesn't want to reset that.
Okay. We've already fought blind. So...
I like how he was thinking about it, and now he just decided to
yeah.
almost that pickle.
I think that's fine.
Oh, which one is it? We found it.
Okay, this was one of the hardest puzzles I faced as a kid. Okay, all right, no bullying. Okay, like this was one of the places where I literally I got stuck. You know, I couldn't figure out how to get to this room because I swore up and down that I've tried every single block to push and pull and everything, and then I also tried the exact same thing in the backup desert, and then I don't know, like, you know, kid me had to put down this game for a long time because kid me couldn't make any more progress.
Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean
Very
to.
dark time in my
bully Kid
childhood.
Kimos. Oh, I don't think we're resetting.
So yeah, that is a really good find actually for Wallkicks. We can actually go and we still need TR big. I don't know where that is.
Yeah, it's not that. Well, that's in TR somewhere. But if
Right,
we want to go
yeah.
to the front, we need a lot more small keys.
Right.
Like at least
Yeah.
more.
But we can also go to the back of Skull Woods, in like with that fire rod, and we may not have to beat it. Like it is the green pendant, but we have a lot of small keys to it, and I mean Saha could also still have something as well. Actually,
Yeah,
still,
it's true. It's although we're
yeah, I was gonna say like how much more
how we
stuff do we
doing
need at this point?
So on Willard's side, that fire rod might be eco mode, depending on how many small keys he spends here. So all he really needs to do after finding that fire rod is mirror on laser bridge and then hope he finds the big key without needing to spend all his 3 small keys. He has 5 small
Willard
keys.
has 5.
He's
yes.
actually 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is actually fine. Yeah, he can fulfill the dungeon. As long as
He's
he
also gonna
remembers
be
that
able
he
to pick up
can.
the heart piece.
Wow, that's rude. Yeah, so Willard is in really good shape. He's close to done with this seed. He just needs to get this book here in the front of TR. Then make his way to Desert at some point. Which, well, he will do what he can in TR right now and hopefully not spend all of his keys on all the doors that don't lead to Trinix.
All the doors that don't
And-
need to Trinex.
Yeah, he needs to save at least 1 key to get to Trinix.
Oh, yeah.
That's the important thing.
That makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, he needs to find the 6th small key, and we don't want that.
Right. Yeah. So I guess like he probably will not try and open the key chest, right? Like that key door only locks one item, like even in mobbery, key drop, whatever.
Well, the one he can just get that. It locks 2 because it's the pot behind the 2 after the pipe.
There is a pot. Yes. Okay. See, thank you. This is Pots and Bones AV&R people know a lot better about this.
But he can just skip the key door either at Charms or at Crystal Roller because he can backdoor. Yeah. So he's good to go to the big key chest as long as he doesn't waste his keys unnecessarily.
Wallcakes has finally picked up Ether at the.
What?
Everything's fine.
Good.
Okay. We are gonna see actually on some new checks actually on Wallcakes' side. So he finally picked up his Ether medallion at like 2 hours basically later than Willard did, and he is going to hopefully survive the rest of this back Enemy's castle.
Surely there will be no more rollers. Okay.
Yes.
He's now going to Lightworld of Mountain, and he will backdoor TR.
No, but
So he's
don't do
very-
that first, right?
Oh, he does that. We'll see how he routes it. Inverted Death Mountain is very, very stupid. And there's all.
You didn't have to put in Death Mountain as a
stupid.
qualifier. I'm just saying, you know, like you could have just taken that part out of your sentence, and then your statement still would have been true. But please, yes, I do appreciate the clarification.
Okay, let me rephrase actually though. Inverted Death Mountain is especially stupid.
Okay. Oh, okay. I understand now.
But yeah, Will's gonna take a good amount of time to clear out Lightworld Death Mountain because he needs to backdoor TR and do all the stuff there. He needs to do Hera, which he might remember the hint that there's only a Maya Small there, so maybe he will just rush the boss. Because he shouldn't care too much about Maya Smalls at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, is there another room or something that we can get to with additional Myers Small Key that he hasn't already been to?
Yes, Biggie Chest.
Big
Compass and
Key-
Biggie
oh,
Chest.
right, Compass, right. All of basically Firelock side of Meyer. That part hasn't changed, right? Okay, but in this case, we need 2 Meyer Small Keys to get there, right? Yeah, I think I remember this now.
No, because he found the one under the pot in Meyer.
Oh, right,
so
right. Yeah.
He only got to the Bowery.
I see the owner of the No Dude True Horror emote has arrived. He's cheering Wallkicks on because they have learned so many lessons from their inaugural game. Wallkicks is doing great, by the way. I'm just saying, like, you know, for this is probably his like second True Horror seed for Mobbery. Like, Wallkicks has been incredibly thorough, and he hasn't missed a beat.
He's
Yeah,
ending
that
on the side.
Yes.
Oh, he found a Maya as well. Let's go.
Oh, well, okay. That's gonna push him back over to Mario more. Yeah. So what Walkus right now needs to do that Willard has kind of over him is that he needs to go back into Meyer and go through basically I think what Fishbone and the Meyer basement in order to get through the rest of the stuff. There is another Swamp Small there. There is more importantly the hook shot there, and there's another sword that Walkus I'm sure would love to see.
Right where? Yeah, we made it
Almost
to.
two.
Yeah. That's a desert swamp.
Well then, okay. So we can't. I said Wallkicks actually can now beat Lambo. I think. I think he had 2 keys. No.
Yeah, but he spent one on right side.
Oh,
so
okay.
he needs
So he
4
can.
if he wants to more. But it's dependent. We don't really care. What
Right. Yeah.
we really want Walkings to fight the stuff that makes him go to Meyer. Because that's all he needs at this point. He needs to go to Meyer, get his hookshot there and the sword. And the Swamp Small, 2 Swamp Smalls he needs, I guess. I don't know if there's 2 in Meyer. I don't know where Willard found the others, but there's at least 1 Swamp Small in the back of Swamp.
So
Right,
even if
yeah.
Walking goes there, one small key down, he's fine.
I also don't really know where this last higher castle check is that Wallcase is missing. But
It's
he
the
did
Dark
remember the
Pot.
pot.
Oh,
No,
did
no,
you
he
get it?
actually just
Okay.
got that one,
Okay.
yeah, so...
Yeah, I don't know. Must have missed the pot somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, because I think I saw all the blue squares were already checked as well, so should be probably good. But yeah, I don't really think there was anything else other than maybe that ether medallion, and I guess, you know, they got another skull with small, you know, from the Hyrule Castle. Willard, no, Wallcase is checking. Oh, I guess he's gonna go do the rest of Skullwoods now then, which is fine.
It's not fine because the pendant.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that's true. I mean, like, I think, like, in terms of density, right? This is actually pretty good. I like the hint, by the way, that I think you needed the mirror in order to get up here.
Did that say Gipto?
Yes, I said Gipto, which I think it
But it
was.
was one of those starfish things.
Oh, maybe it was a Geep. Okay, we can if
Oh, it was-
if Wallkicks gets up here, we can maybe double check the hints.
Okay, James is saying it's a Gibo, and I guess that's the name
Gibo.
of the
Oh,
of the
okay.
space.
Thank you.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Right. There was a Geep. Right. We keep calling them the Patrick Starfishes, but like that's not the actual technical name of them. So.
Yeah. Did you see that? Willard found his Maya small, but it doesn't mean he
Nice.
remembers
Okay. Well,
the
that
name.
means he's done, right? He's just got the crystal, and then he can leave. He doesn't have to get any of these, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't remember it.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's unfortunate.
I would
Well,
assume
at
he
least-
wouldn't even bother with that one small key if he did remember, because
Mhm.
if you abandon the one small key, you just get to skip the entire dungeon. Go to the boss.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true too. At least we get some satisfaction of being able to hammer dash. And I think on this newer version, right, like it doesn't despawn any of the enemies. Sorry, not enemies, the items, and it doesn't. And because it's fast ROM, we don't actually have to lag all that much. So it's actually satisfying as opposed to, you know, trying to dash and then, you know, you actually slow down the game like 2x.
Yeah, why would you want to miss out on that? You're right.
Mhm. All right.
Okay,
Well,
It's
that's
crystal
happy.
number 5.
Yeah.
5,
Five.
yeah. 6? 6
2,
actually.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we can definitely count because we don't have the crystal quite yet, but now we have the crystal.
So yeah, we just need that fire rod on Willard's side. He's gonna spend some more time on the mountain. He's gonna do Spiral Cave. He's gonna do the Mimic Cave enemies, if he remembers that the hint that the chest has nothing. We're doing Fairy Ascension Cave, right?
There are enemies and pots here. Yes, good memory, Willard. But for Mobbery and Pato Lotto stuff, Inverted Death Mountain becomes, well, the
Even
experience is even more prolonged. Okay, if you enjoyed Inverted Death Mountain before, when it was not even anything else that was shuffled, boy, do I have an experience for you. So can we actually get anything here? Okay, so it is looking like just hard item pool at this point, right? Because we've got a lot of health and we also have Tempered Sword. But I mean, like, can we get silvers? Is the answer no?
No, I don't think silvers are in hard item
Okay.
pool. So yeah, there's nothing here. Well, the TRB key is what we need to find here.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. We still need that.
And then we need to come back with a fire rod.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Willard is gonna clear out everything except the boss here and the royal room. And after that he's gonna do Spiral Cave, of course, and Mimic Cave and that stuff. So he's gonna spend an extra 3 minutes on a stupid dungeon mountain. But once he's done with that, yeah, he has to decide where to go. And if you're a fan of Willard, you hope it's gonna be desert.
Yeah,
Because that's where the fire is.
pretty... Right. Well, yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty reasonable. Oh, especially with that Desert Small Key.
Speaking of
That's,
deserts.
yeah, that's actually a very nice find for Willard. I mean, in terms of just his own routing though. His decision to come up here the mountain is fairly good with, you know, basically with what he has, right? And if this really is just Fire Rod Go mode, if he just, I mean, we saw the counter for the compass, like there were, I don't know, 90 checks basically before he started, you know, in Turtle Rock, like, you know, the Fire Rod could just be here, right? And then why would you want to waste your time in a pendant dungeon if you didn't need to? Even if it's landmost, I understand. Like, you know, like, if you don't need to be there in order to finish the seed, then, you know, you don't have to go there. We found a sword! We found our 4th sword in the back of Skullwoods!
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my gosh, well, if you finish
so happy
we
right
actually, we actually might be on tempered on his side. Oh. Amazing. Walkix is like, how did the seed turn out the way it is? You know, like he was probably trying to figure out, okay, like I'm gonna do Fighter Sword Mothula, you know, on my sliver of magic that I have with a hammer. We found a Master Sword, one of the best things to see, basically right before we drop down.
Amazing. Yeah,
It's okay. He's gonna.
Nice green pendant to waste some extra time on the tournament.
It's more like it's his token of appreciation for Dunka. You know, spend all this time. You gotta sword out of being in Skullwoods of all places. You know, you gotta thank Dunka. You think Dunka looks like Saha? Don't actually answer that question. I don't know if I really want to know the answer to that. I don't know how offensive or inoffensive it might be. So.
Saha doesn't have much hair, so. At least that lines up. On the top of his head, anyway.
That's. You know, do we actually know what these people ate back in the day? Like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody like have meals and stuff. You know, so do we think like Saha's a vegetarian?
I think the only food item that's available in Hyrule is apples.
Apples. So okay, you know what? Yeah, I did hear the apples go pretty well with pork, and like, well, maybe chicken. Did we, by the way, find the last TRS monkey in Turtle Rock? And
of course it's here.
Of course.
Like, Demos, do you know which tongue you need to pull here?
The left one?
Yes.
It's always left. Okay. Left is always the correct one. I don't know why you keep thinking it's not.
Well, in escape is the right one, right?
I guess it's Link's left, right? Like, you're coming in from the top, right? And you're pulling, and you're going towards the left, right? Like, for us, it's like, you know, viewing the other direction. So I can try different things to make it right.
Yes. Okay, I see how you work.
Yeah, see. Alright,
looks like the last enemy is in here somewhere. In this room.
Wall masters don't count south those. What else is here? In the original one, it's the fire bar. Right?
It's just the roller. The roller is here.
Oh right. It's just the roller. Okay, but I guess you could just include wall masters randomly. Is that?
No, one of the enemies has to randomize into a wall master, but it must be a different enemy on the super tile. So wall masters are active in the entire super tile.
Oh,
so it can be in a different room as long as on the same super tile, if you will.
I think I learned something new about Enemizer today. So I mean, I always thought that the blue square meant if you had still enemies left on the super tile, but I actually think that enemies, like when they're enemized, they actually have to stay in the room that they're enemized from. But I guess they can swap rooms now within the super tile. Okay.
No, it's only wall masters. Wall masters are active in the entire
okay. Wall masters are across the entire. Okay. Yeah, what? All right. thank you, James. Thank you, Joe. Willard is taking care to not get completely pummeled. Do you know what would really help in hard mode? The mirror shield. You think we're gonna get it?
I mean, Walkix is on his way to getting it. Maybe he will pull.
Surely just one more shield, right? I'm sure it wasn't any of those 20s that he ended up picking up.
So Willard is stuck here.
He left the keys.
Yeah, I guess he's kind of forced to leave to the front if he wants to fall to the mountain. Maybe he would spell. But like if he mirrors now, he's on the TR bridge and his portal is at Laser Bridge. So
Oh, yeah. So I guess it would be good if the fire rod is here, but we know the fire rod is not here. Because if he's at Laser Bridge, he can just go beat the boss, right? But I guess we can't right now.
No, Willard accidentally
well.
used
Yep, that
Ethan's
see,
combos.
stupid Ether. He almost died, by the way, in order to try and get back here.
Yeah. He could just re-enter that room and the Barry would be back here and could bombos it. But I guess we're giving up on it.
Alright, Walkix is on his way to Swamp, presumably, with the purple chest. I'm kind of probably doing something similar to... Well, is he doing something similar to what Willard did? So what Willard did earlier was he did all of this, he did Smith Chain stuff. He delivered the purple chest, and then he left his portal in front of Swamp to go to Meyer. We kind of need Walkix to do the same thing. So I guess I don't know if he's going to do that. But Meyer hopefully is on Walkix's, like, short list of locations to go visit.
Surely. Oh, you know... Oh, man. You know what's open?
For whom?
To both of them? No, not Warfix, actually. But almost.
What location can distract Willard from going to Desert?
How about a 5 crystal lock DT?
I wish you hadn't said that, because now my heart sank a little.
We might be here for
Oh, you are absolutely correct. I totally forgot about GT was actually a thing. Oh my gosh.
that
You
might
are
be on his
correct
mind.
in that is absolutely open for Willard right now. Okay, all right. You know, surely Willard, you have GT is worth nothing to you. Don't worry. How many GT smokies do we have? Do we have 6 GT smokies?
Yep.
I'm so
Can get pretty much everything now.
Oh no!
And then robbery, like with pots and bones shuffled, it has like almost 200 items.
Yeah, that. Oh my gosh, do we have the Compass GT? I guess I don't know if we've seen that yet.
I don't know.
It is absolutely the right decision from Willard's perspective. If you're gonna compare, like, what would you say, like 100 whatever checks, right, from Desert, versus like 200 something with the whole climb, with the whole basement. GT Big Key is guaranteed to be in GT somewhere, right? Yeah, and all the items. It is definitely a very great place to go to. You know what? It really isn't a good place to go to though. Gem, and I'm seeing Walkix is back in Swamp the second time without a hookshot.
Oh no. Yeah, he's gonna go to left side Swamp. It's fine though, because Willard was here on 5 keys and the 6 was in the back, but okay. It's not fine because Walkix would probably not come back to the back until he has 6. At least he's gonna prioritize other stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm actually not sure like how appealing Meyer is. Oh, okay, we still don't know how many Meyer small keys he has. It's probably not that many.
2, I think. He should have 2 at least now.
Yeah, okay.
He found the one in Thieves and he found the one in...
Was Desert? Woods. Somewhere. He found another one.
Okay. So he actually can get pretty far than a Meyer, right? I mean, maybe not logically, but like he can certainly get to Fishbone. He can certainly get his hook shot in the basement. With his tempered sword also in the basement.
Yeah, assuming he spends his keys wisely, which I hope he would.
Yeah.
You want to spend 1 on Fishbone, you want to spend 1 on left side, and then you find another key on that one. You can go to the key chest, I guess. But yeah, that's what he should do, hopefully.
So I believe actually that Walkix has another race at 8 p.m. Eastern. So,
oh no.
You know, I think that he probably... Okay, I do believe that these guys will finish. Probably, at least one of them will finish in the next hour or so. But I mean, like, technically, I think Walkix might have a very slight timer on him.
Yeah, I'm confident that even with a GT full clear and everything, we're just gonna finish within an hour. Willard could get lucky too, and the GT Vicky could be behind the fire rod in the compass room, so you wouldn't be able to climb.
Oh, that is such a good point.
But yeah, we are on our way to GT here. That's
Yes,
so
yes.
annoying. There's stuff
You
left in
are.
Hyrule Castle as well. He's gonna do that too.
Oh, he has all the stuff left. That's right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like Willard is making all the right density decisions, right? I mean, like Fire Rod. Yeah, it does lock. You know, he won't go to the back of Skullwoods, for example, right? Because that's Fire Rod locked when he's searching for it. But I mean, just in density is really hard to be able to beat this. It's just that we happen to know from Walking's aside that the Fire Rod is not in GT.
How many small keys did Walking actually have when he was in Swamp? He
came in with 2.
Yeah, right. So he had another left, but he decided not to go to left side, which that's great for him. Because yeah, he keeps it for the back when he finds his hook shot, so he doesn't need all 6. Well, he won't think he needs all 6 for coming back when he finds hook shot.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, yeah. Like, in this case, right, man. This is kind of like the pain point of, like, not having a hook shot when you first go into Swamp. I mean, I think it's maybe part of the reason, especially in key drop, that you really want to try and wait for the hook shot to not do hookless Swamp because it saves you a whole key, you know? Like, you can then actually beat Swamp on 4 keys as opposed to 5, and... Man, I mean, I certainly can't fault either of them. Like, I think it's just very reasonable, right? Everything's in logic, right? You don't have to wait for the hook shot. You saw how far the hook shot was in this case, like, so.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another desert key. There's another desert key, Willard. Come on. I know that you want to go to desert and leave Hyrule Castle immediately, but it's not gonna happen.
He's having Zealous. He might. There's a chance he doesn't remember that GT was only 5 crystals, although it is on his tracker.
Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, he does. Like, he marked it early. I'm sure. So maybe, you know, like, he doesn't have to look at it anymore. But the fact that he is here, he's gonna finish up, you know, the rest of the back of Hyrule Castle, right? Zelda Cell, pots, and all that jazz, and then he's just gonna mirror, and then we're gonna be right at the opening of GT.
We're going back into pod. What can Walking's do in pod? It's Harmless Highway, I guess.
Harmless? I think did he already do Harmless Highway? He has 7 checks left. Did he do Vanilla Big Key Chests? And like those pots over there?
I assume he did. Well, he never did. He definitely didn't do Big Chest, that's for sure, but I assume he did the pots, right?
Oh, you're probably right. The fact that the fact that he's skipping them, I'm just gonna trust that he did them earlier. But he has 10 checks left. What else does he have? Is it Harmless Highway? Is it Bowlog?
Well, Harmless Highway has a chest, 2 pots, and 3 spikes that get dynamized, so that's 6 checks, assuming all the enemies drop something.
Okay.
I don't know where the rest is.
Right. Thanks, Rusty. The flippers were down there. That's right. Yeah, they did this. They did that super early. Ooh, I do see a flashing blue tile, so I think you're right. We probably didn't do Harmless Hellway. It's all part of the same super tile, right? So.
Yep. That red bar might. Okay, yeah, that's one.
Wait, do we get all the red berries from like the Bowlock side then?
Yeah, there might be something there. Okay. On what side we are in GT?
I kind of want to. I mean, like, I don't know where the compass is right now. Like, we certainly don't have it, but like, I'm kind of curious to see like how many actual checks are there, right? With all the enemies, with all of the pots, all the chests. It's not just 27, you know, anymore.
It's a bit more than that, yeah.
Do you think he's gonna open the middle door?
No.
Sad Paul.
No, he only has 6 keys. There's 8 in total.
Right, we don't. That's right. Good point.
He can get everything right now that isn't fire locked. assuming he finds the big key.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah. Well, you made this point earlier too, right? Like, if he doesn't find the big key, like if for his sake, if the big key is in compass chest, like he definitely knows that he doesn't have to climb, he doesn't have to do compass, like he does do right side, right? Like another castle tower small key. There's more stuff that he can go do.
I would assume he does desert before he does castle tower at this point, because desert has like 100 items.
Wait, did we skip the pot? Did he pick
He got it on the way.
Okay. Oh, okay.
He got
Okay.
it.
Oh, this is great news for wall kicks. We are here to go get our hook shot.
Okay, that's huge.
As soon as we bonk over the pit that we know that we need the boots for to get over to Meyer. Yo, Ari, thanks for the raid. Welcome in. I'm glad that you guys finished your weekly and maybe post-weekly in the time that wall kicks and Willard are still finishing their mystery Pogchamp race. At what point, Jem, do you kind of look at the race room and be like, is the other person done yet? Does it become more or less frequent as the number of hours hit, let's say 3?
You probably look more in the hopes of their point just finishing. Until you're in go mode and close to Ganon, at which point you're just like, please don't finish now.
Okay. Fair. By the way, so I think in this case it is not to Willard's advantage, or I mean, it's just any extra time obviously he spends on GT here is because buying wall kicks more time, right? And we did find the big key to GT here in Fire Snake Room, so which means that he is gonna have the ability to climb.
Yeah, he's gonna waste a lot of time here on things he doesn't need to do. Meanwhile, Walkix seems to have entered this dungeon on 3 small keys.
That's a lot of small key.
Yeah, that's him do everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say he can also go check cutscene chest, right? I mean, it's just gonna be another extra minute or whatever. But we have I guess we can check a hint. The Wizrobes don't count as enemies, right? To go kill because they just like
no, not the one upstairs. Okay. Yeah, they're infinite.
We found another Meyer small key, by the way, in GT. I think that's kind of funny.
Wait, what was this? Was this the spot?
Yeah, it was that pot. That's right, the one that he's in. Willard is trying to get. It's actually really impressive boomerang usage right there.
This pot is cute because this one might not even be locked by the hookshot because you can get it from the right side with the fire rod that Willard doesn't.
That Willard doesn't have. Oh man. Man, so I guess like, I guess if the GT big key, oh, that is a cool bonk. I don't think I've ever seen that bonk.
There's just no reason to do it, I think, because you do the big key chest, the big chest first and then come over. Oh, but that is a bonk. No, that's actually really smart.
Yeah,
wow.
Like
that's cool.
Man, we learn something new every day. Wallkicks is so close to getting his temper sword and hookshot. I can't wait. That is okay. Yeah, that is Wallkicks is Swamp Small, so that is one good indication. We're almost gonna go to. We're gonna go to Fishbone first, right? That's what. Yeah. Okay. I would say Possum Bones though.
He is. Well, he's in go mode when he finds the hookshot, right? So yes.
Oh, actually, is he?
He's actually really close now. He will never touch GT.
Is he actually go mode after this? He has a fire.
I don't know what's. I don't know what his actual small key count is because he hasn't been tracking those properly.
Yeah. Oh.
But he has at least 1 TR small left, which I don't think you need I forget what the big key was, but I don't think.
Do you remember?
I don't think you need a small key when you backdoor for it. I think it was just available. So, and he has enough swamp smalls for sure. So
right, yeah. Yeah, so as long as you can find the GT, the TR big key, then, as in he doesn't need to, like, he can just backdoor through something, then I think we're good to go.
Yeah. On Wella's side, we found like a compass for GT, and there are 207 checks in here.
200. So we have a nice. You know, he has gotten 69 checks out of 207. That 207 is a lot, by the way. That's a lot of checks.
Yeah, none of them is the fire rod. Unfortunately for Willard.
Yeah, actually, I think you're right. Man, like the fact that wall kicks, I would say, well, like last located the hook shot. I mean, you know, sometimes it always just depends on your matter sequencing, but I think you're absolutely right though. Like wall kicks isn't gonna have to go beat Vitreous. He's just gonna be able to take his hook shot directly over to Swamp. He's gonna get his tempered sword. Well, actually, no. Where was tempered sword?
Tempered was before hookshot in the basement.
Okay,
here.
right. Okay, yeah, and he has
It's
a
in the
boomerang.
next room.
Right, and he has a boomerang of all things in order to go pick up the hookshot if he needs it. You know, like and then he has to go beat Swamp and Hera, and yeah, he's just gonna be in a boss rush at this point. And we know it's fast cannon because the hole's already open. So like Willard at this point is just gonna go and try and find things, right? Like he's just trying to find where the fire rod is. He doesn't actually go beat he doesn't beat Agatu. But yeah, wall kicks. Yeah, so actually, it's suddenly like Willard is actually now on a timer.
Yeah, that's. He doesn't need to do the right side, beyond this puzzle room coming up. Puzzle room.
Hey, it is a puzzle, okay? It is a very challenging thing that I believe many rando runner actually was quite puzzled by this room when they first encountered it in Pots and Bones, or you know whatever the new mode was that got them here. That just said now we have to go clear this. But Willard is taking it on like a champ.
Yeah, but now he's climbing, and he needs. I would assume he's going to desert after the climb, so. Like it's not over, but it's gonna be really close.
Yeah, and it's definitely gonna take a little bit longer than your typical like whatever tempered sword boots, GT climb, just because in the regular climb you're not trying to open up every single pot, kill every single enemy, right? And especially for Enemizer, things are just going to be a little bit more variable. But the fact, okay, so that is go mode now officially for wall kicks, right? So maybe he needs another key.
I not realized. That's the other thing.
Oh,
he needs
yeah.
to realize he knows.
Well,
Okay.
wall kicks also may not
He's
realize
not
that
the
he
other ones.
can't. Yeah. Well, you know what? This might be a blessing in disguise for wall kicks because if he just ends up accidentally dying to one of these anti-fairies.
Yep.
It's just gonna end his route in Mire, and maybe he'll just keep going,
The idea might have been that he wanted to. Oh, we can't burn it. They wanted to just check those pots and enemies that are right around the corner, just in case there's a TR small there.
Alright, well that might be go mode then for wall kicks. Yeah, so he has the rest of the swamp he needs to go do. He has Hera, which that Death Mountain traversal set aside, Hera is not fast to get to either. So
Yep. Hera and TR, and TR he needs to find the big key. But he should know that he can go more Terra, because even if he wanted to try and find a TR small, there's only a Maya small there.
Yeah. Also trying to think of what the best way to do this. Inverted is confusing.
This is not just the best way, it's the only way.
Yes.
You can do it without this.
It's the best way, is the worst way. Yeah, it's just like, yes, you are my favorite person. It's like, are you the only person? That's a technical detail. We don't have to discuss that.
Okay, but I think he realizes he's in Goma because he's skipping things. Yeah, he's just going through the dungeon now.
Yeah,
That's very good for him.
Yeah, and all of the stuff that Willard kind of ended up doing, just because he went to Mire early, found the hook shot, and it was really good. I mean, things looked really very strong for Willard because he got all these things so quickly, a little bit more of a larger example of sometimes when you have too much open to you, when you have too many options, you really want again, like, would you want to go search for one thing like a sword in 1,000 checks, or you want to search it in 100 checks? Like, I want to be able to search it in 100 checks if it's something important.
Yep.
And that's kind of, I think, what kind of happened with Willard here. I guess we're not gonna hair pot. Maybe we're gonna hair pot.
Can hair pot like this? Yeah, this is fine. Maybe not.
Maybe this is fine.
Well, Hicks, you don't need to release this
Kill
window
her.
for placing the bomb. You can just place the bomb. Okay, there we go.
Oh, look at this. We're getting some Ice Rod Lamos. Very uncommonly seen, so I guess this is going to be maybe one of his better options.
Could have used the bow, I think. I've heard the bow is good for this fight.
It is. I don't actually know in this case if, you know, the Ice Rod I feel like maybe was just closer to his, you know, fingers or something. Alright, well, we're still looking for the Fire Rod that we know, unfortunately, is not up here. Alright, but meanwhile, though, Wall Kicks has finished up crystal number 4? 5? 5?
Fine, yeah. He can go to GT now if he wanted to, but probably he's just gonna go get his crystals.
Hopefully in this case that he won't actually spend the time. Alright, of course, yeah, and keep in mind that, so this is actually a pretty deep winners bracket match, winners bracket round 4, I believe, and this is a double elimination bracket, best of 1, so Willard and Wallkicks went pretty far. I mean, like, neither of them are going to be out of the tournaments, so they're always going to have, so whoever does not end up advancing into this particular bracket will still have a second chance. Wallkicks, by the way, going to demonstrate his entrance expertise. He has said on record that his bootsless laser skips are actually better than his boots laser skips. That is why you saw him stop dashing.
Imagine being better at something without boots. That's just...
it's some, you know, like when you have so much practice, you know, without starting anything, you know, in reference and cross keys, when, you know, sometimes you don't even get boots go mode, you know, you see the ending credits, it's like Pegasus boots 0:00:00:00.00. Yeah, it's I think you get some practice, you know, for better or for worse.
Yeah. It's not something you should be proud of, though.
Alright, so Willard, by the way, he is at least up in Mini Helma room. For what it's worth, he just has to go kill Moldorm. He doesn't have to go through Agatu. At least that part is close. So he's almost done with GT. And Wallkicks, he still has Swamp that he has to go do. And he still has to go find GT Big Key. So, you mentioned before, like, Willard's on a timer, but it is still pretty close. If we, assuming Willard can go to Desert after this, it should be pretty competitive.
Yeah, it's still a pretty interesting race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if Desert is next. The Fire Rod is in the back of Desert, so Willard will clear out all the front first.
Yeah, I guess that's just kind of a consequence.
Well.
Oh, that's actually a good point. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a good point, right? Just because of how inverted, again, you know, maybe not another good thing about inverted is that because the book is hard required for Desert Pal's entry, you have to go through the front, and you know, there's just no way that you're gonna skip like the entirety of the front just to go to the back of Desert, you know. And Willard, with all 4 Desert small keys, he's also gonna do right side as well. All right, well, we're almost done. We're almost done from here. Small key to oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, sure. Let's go back for the big
No, I don't want to go to Eastern. I don't want to go back. It's like how many checks did we say it was? Like 8-ish, something like that. We got a couple pots. We got a couple mini Moldorms in there.
There's 3 and 5 enemies, I think. So 8, yeah. This is the last enemy he needs to kill, and now he's done with GT.
All right, that's it.
Rest of the item are Fire Rod locked on the right side. Okay, well, where are we going? 1 line volt? That might mean we're running to Desert.
Well, we're certainly going.
Yeah, not running to Desert.
Oh no! Oh! There's a path here. I totally forgot about this path. We're going through Kakariko.
The secret route.
Yeah.
He's on the book.
Oh, dude! Oh my gosh! So, all right, this is great. If you're rooting for Willard, especially, or a close race or whatnot, he is doing absolutely the right thing. Wallkicks is still looking for his Turtle Rock Big Key. So, I mean, so it's going to still buy Willard a little bit of extra time, and we are going to check Bumble's tablet. Too many distractions on the way.
Yeah, this is so close, actually.
It is, yeah. Because Willard still, so not Willard, Wallkick still has to go finish Swamp after TR. And Willard already has the TR big key, so he just has to go back up the mountain and go kill Trinex. So like the path, once Willard gets a fireball,
no!
it's actually be... Oh, Wallkicks! Did he get grabbed? Oh no.
Yeah, the one answer. Oh, this is actually huge.
Yo,
for-
yeah, for Willard, yeah. Suddenly we got actually, because that was actually pretty far into TR.
Yeah, he's got to spend a good, like, what, 40 seconds getting back there?
Yeah, oh man.
And he will need to figure out which tongue to pull again.
Yeah. Hey, it's hard, okay? When you're not hardwired to always pull the left tongue, you know, it's
Tell me about
sometimes
it.
hard, yeah. All right, we found our fire shield, by the way, and desert on Willard's side, so now he is absolutely prepared for Ganon.
So you need to find out the enemies and kill them. Where's the War Master? Why is it not dropping?
I don't know.
Why is it? I wonder why it's gone. That's interesting.
Enemies don't despawn, right?
No, it should be there.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Hello.
Does he just span different super tiles? Like, does he like start in one? Is it random?
No. It's this super tile that he's on because one of the enemies randomized to be a War Master.
Oh, okay.
And Wallkick needs to go back for that one Star Force Knight that Willard also had to look for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's just moving on. Okay. I don't think the Star Force Knight had the big key, so this is good for him.
I have no memory at this point which enemy had the big key.
I want to say it was in this room to the left. Might be wrong. Yeah, there it is.
All right, perfect. So Pokies 2, that is actual go mode for Wallkicks. He needs 0 more things in his inventory. So he's going to go beat Trinex and then... Whoa, oh my gosh. All right, Willard is... he's almost done with... and it's actually pretty significant, actually, for Wallkicks to still go back to Swamp. Like, it is a go mode Swamp. Like, he literally has all the keys that he needs, so he doesn't have to go kill anything. But he still has to take a couple minutes to get back there and beat Argus.
Yeah, but so does Willard for TR. He needs to
That's
climb
true.
the mountain, go
Yeah.
on the portal, and go along the bottom.
That's true.
Takes quite a while too. So, considering Willard still needs to clear out a bunch of the front of the desert, I think Wallkicks is ahead.
But it's really close, right? Like he has torch room, he has big key chest, or sorry, big chest and circle of pots. And I guess he has a couple other enemies to go kill. He just has left side left, right? And then he's just like the first one.
It's really close. It's like within a minute probably, but
Yeah.
I would say Wallkicks is a little bit ahead.
I do believe that you're correct. It's just harder to kind of tell, especially with inverted. You know, I don't know if execution is going to matter too much more now, just because everybody has tempered. Both guys have, well, boots in this case. You know, Max Har's at least on Willard's side. But like, man, it is.
Yeah, this is super close.
It is. And the fact that
interesting.
Wallkicks actually, the fact that Wallkicks got grabbed is actually pretty significant, as you mentioned, right? You know, it was a good chunk of time in order for Willard to even, Wallkicks to even go back there. Look at this champ knowing exactly what tile to push, or what block to push in order to get to this room.
Yeah, Willard knows. He's no
He
kid.
knows.
No kid Clemos.
No.
Okay, Willard about to...
Where are you going, Willard?
Oh no.
Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh no, where are we going?
Why is he not
No,
going to the
Willard.
back? What is he doing?
No! Where is he going? I'm shocked.
Yeah, this is...
He
I don't-
didn't find anything in desert, so like, why would he leave?
Is this Spike Cave? Is he thinking
No
out to Spike
way.
Cave and then come back?
But he already did Spike Cave, right? I thought he was the one who got like the 10 arrows and like the 8 pots way earlier.
Oh yeah, I think that was him. Where is he going?
I don't know. He has hair.
Is he going back to the few checks
Oh
and...
no.
Yeah. Oh, but And why would he prioritize that over the
Over
tanks right
just the
next
backup
to
desert, yeah.
He does have all the smokies too.
If he's going back to Hera, man, I mean, it sounds like at this point probably neither Wallkicks nor Willard maybe remembers any of the hints, but like we definitely got a hint that the only thing of value in Hera was the Meyer Small.
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, I mean, you guys are right. Like wow, he came back all the way to Hera for the basement.
Wow.
Hmm. I am very sad for Willard.
Yeah.
Oh no. Did he maybe
Or
just
that's-
forget that like desert and like the backup desert was available to him? Because he did such a good, like he was so thorough and like he was on such a good route too.
I have no idea. Maybe he will join the interview and tell us what
Yeah. I mean, Willard made like basically every single, you know, like he made so many good decisions the entirety of like the 3 hours and like 15 minutes or whatever it was playing the seed. He did really well with all of the enemizer stuff. He was pretty much the first one to do like everything, like sword, pearl, hammer, like he really did, you know, quite well, and just like this one errant turn, I guess, from after finishing the front of desert to go Hera. I think that's probably going to be. That's it.
Yeah. This was bound to be within a minute or something, but now it's pretty much over.
Well, I mean, still things can still happen on Loki's side, right? I mean, you know, it's never over until we have the sword up on, you know, in the Ganon arena.
That's true.
It's really looking like Wallkicks. You know, it is going to be his race to lose.
Yep, but he's on his way to Ganon now. He got his 7th crystal. It's past Ganon, the hole is open, so no need to do GT.
Right, good point. Yeah, that was Wallkicks' last crystal. So yeah, it's also very, I guess, typical of inverted, right? You don't have to do TR last because Ganon, as we saw earlier, is here in the top of Hyrule Castle, as opposed to GT. So we don't. So you actually probably don't ever do like para into GT at that point. Wait, so okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm reading some of the stuff in chat. Okay, did we get any hint where it says blank has blank vital items? I don't actually know what it means. But if we actually got,
it just means it's an item that can lead to progression, like a key, but it doesn't mean that the key actually like leads you to Ganon. Like the Hera Small key found is a vital item because it's a key.
so does a fire rod? So does a fire rod count as a vital item? It must, right? Or does it not?
Yes. Oh, did he?
Okay.
It's because of that. Yeah, we got a hint that says two vital items in Desert. I remember that.
Okay, so we got a Hera Small. I don't remember getting another vital item out of it.
Yeah, I don't think so. Oh right, there was a CT Small.
There was a Castle Tower Small. Oh, that's where he got it. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Dude, then what do the hints mean in that case?
Hints are just garbage.
Yeah, don't read hints.
Never
Okay?
trust
Yeah,
them.
it's like
Yeah. But this is so tragic too, because like he forgot about the hint about Terra, but remember the one about Desert?
oh no.
CT was in Hyrule? It might have been. Maybe it wasn't.
Okay. Yeah,
Maybe.
I mean, no, hints are bad. I mean, if this is gonna be his trip back to Desert, though, it looks like that's where he was trying to flute to. No mitts, of course, means that he still has to run back the long way.
Yeah, he's gonna get there. There's a chance he maybe misremembered too, where he found the CT Small or something.
Yeah, it could be. Well, that is, I mean, well, that's, you know, that looks like this is a sword up for Wallkicks, despite having an extreme, like, set of tribulations in the early game, even the mid game, being on swordless for like 100 minutes, Wallkicks gets the win over Willard. Big GGs. Wallkicks did quite well, you know. Yeah, but I mean, look at all the lessons he learned from the inaugural race of Mystery Pogchamp with True Horror. You know, Wall Kicks mastered everything, and once he remembered and realized that we had to go pick up pots, Wall Kicks, you know, slowly but surely, like he absolutely, demolished the scene. And I think probably, especially in the end game, like he managed to sequence the hook shot for last, which is kind of what led to too much of a fan out for Willard. He still had a chance, but yeah, it looks like it's just the. Yeah. Okay. We just talk here about vital items. That is. Oh, he's gonna be so heartbroken. I don't want to look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have laughed if it was right there.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, I'm sorry, Willard.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's so sad.
Sorry, Willard. That is... I mean, I guess we can go back to the VOD and look at the hint. Yeah, like, I don't think I understand the vital items hint situation then.
I think they
really
work properly, so he must have miscounted his vital items.
And then I don't do it.
I think.
And then it ends up being right. That's so frustrating.
Hi.
Well, hello, Wallkicks. GG's. We are joined here by today's winner.
GG's.
How's it going, Wallkicks?
GG's,
You know,
Wallkicks.
first Potto Lotto seed?
But you do have the experience from your inaugural race of the blue of the blue True Horror Square.
I mean,
did you put that into practice?
And you know, when it showed up, I did.
But then that's the thing. Like, was that Harris Mall
Having
a vital
compasses
item?
be randomized, like small keys and compasses be randomized. It's like, I think I've got everything in this room. Time to move on.
If I had a better understanding.
Sure.
You mostly got
vital
it
items,
right,
I might
so...
not bail on desert. I did.
I
Good
mean,
job.
like, this one was weird because it felt like some caves had enemies to kill and some didn't, like outside of dungeons. Like getting my glove in the bonk rocks next to Link's house was weird.
I need to go back and look
I don't
and see
think
if
I got
that
anything
book.
else
So I
in
can
like
know how
on
bad
any
I should
enemies or
feel.
pots outside of
But,
dungeons, but I could
got
be
book
wrong.
right, like super early.
I guess the caves outside of dungeons just don't have that many enemies comparatively, so...
True. Yeah, it could also just be that.
It happened to be like that.
Yeah.
Out of TR,
But,
it's so hard.
what
not
happened to
watch. Still
Willard?
didn't Clear the rest of the dungeon out.
Something very tragic.
Oh,
Oh,
whatever.
no.
I'm just glad
So,
to be done.
And there was
no.
a...
This is
Where you
very
going?
Go for it.
exhausting.
No, go for it, John.
Okay. Yeah, so there was a hint that said 2 vital items in desert, right? And
Uh-huh.
so Willard, going through desert, found the Hera small key that was on the right side.
Uh-huh.
And after he finished the front, he must... We assume he must
Honestly, I
have
wish I never got
misremembered
that vital
what he
item
got
in the
and
desert.
probably thought he got a second vital item already.
Oh no.
So before going to the back, where literally the second shot check back there is the fire rod,
Yeah.
he left
Kinda threw me
and
off.
moved on.
Oh.
And yeah, that's
That-
what happened.
But I
Like,
don't know.
you
Yeah.
were close. You were basically tied
Okay.
toward the end game, like within a minute at most.
That's fair.
And yeah,
Triple dipping ag
then we were
attack.
really heartbroken when I decided
The
to
only way I win
not
this
get
is
his
if
fire rod.
wall kicks just-
Yeah. There is a hint saying the fire rod is in
I
desert.
didn't goof. I just got unlucky.
Oh,
Wait,
is
there
there?
was a
Okay.
hint? Do you remember
Yeah.
where the hint was?
It's in Meyer before the vanilla big key chest after you light the torches.
Oh no!
It's,
Oh,
it
he
says
never
that-
did left side.
Amazing! Oh my god.
it says the fire rod is under a pot in desert.
Oh, I see.
That explains actually a good amount. Yeah, so when Willard went to Meyer the first time, I think maybe also
Like,
you as well,
holy
you had
cow.
0 small keys, right? Got your
Yeah.
An hour.
thief small keys, and then Willard
Yep.
went back, I think, with 1. And so then he did everything else, got the hook shot and, like tempered all this stuff out of Meyer, and then he didn't have a key to go to cutscene chests. And he just never really
no.
turned back, and so okay, like Willard had a
just
much,
wish
I
I
would say,
had
like,
the desert
okay,
before
not
the
like
GT.
easy, okay, easier is relative, right? He had an easier time than you did in the early game and even in the mid game. Guess what? He found a sword before
It's
you.
just
He
so
found
hard to
ether
argue
before
with
you.
Shocking.
He found another sword before you.
Really hard to argue with
And
that.
I don't think he had taken as
So
many
many items.
deaths. I think, and
Yo,
but then
Bombos is the MVP for me this seed.
yeah,
Once I got that Bombos, just everything started burning.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was so bad.
Yeah, so
Big takeaways
so for
from
him
C
though, right? So because
was-
he found hookshot early, right, or earlier than you, and not fire rod,
Not doing
I mean
Dark Frost
he did all his crystals and then he had
immediately.
GT open, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's again it's just very understandable, right? It's just
Oh, yeah.
that like so that kind of like
And then
gave you
not
back some of the
GT
time, and that's why it's kind
immediately.
of close at the end.
That one's a little more
Mhm.
reasonable not to do.
Yeah,
They're
like
both
he
getting that
spent like
hookshot.
probably like 10 minutes in GT, getting like
Oh.
170 something items.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Getting the hookshot on Mara, I'm like, okay, I think I'm in go
Some
mode. I'm like,
finishes.
I've got 2 keys for Swamp. I was like, I can work my way around Turtle Rock enough to where this 1 key won't matter. And like, I found another key in TR, so it was good. Like in my head, I'm like, the only thing in TR that absolutely screws me with my current key setup is if the big key was just vanilla. But then I found another TR key in TR, so it was fine.
Yeah. Of course, there was one there. Fun fact, the back of Swamp also had a small key for Swamp.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm mad that I bailed on Desert to go do Tower of Hera basement.
And I don't know if you found it, but Maya, like the
I was
the pod
following the
that's-
hint.
that like leads to the map chest that's behind the blue pack also had a
Is a
vanilla
vital
small
item only
key.
a vital item if it actually leads to stuff?
Lots of
Is that how
items.
that works?
Lots of fun. I don't know. I mean, there were some dungeons where I think in Hyrule Castle I got 88 out of 89. Lord knows what that one check I didn't have was. One of the Thieves Town lobbies, the top left one, there was an indication of an enemy that I
You're
couldn't
fucking
find.
kidding me. I lost by like 7 minutes.
Just a lot of those things that I'm like, okay.
Okay, I blame.
Oh, there's
I mean,
Willard's
7
finish,
minutes is a
GG's.
lot.
All right. Well, Willard is finished. Big GG's to Willard. I mean, we kind of saw the ending. Like, Willard played extremely well, and it was. I think the hint system is not. It could use improvement. Yes.
Don't do hints, kids.
Yeah.
Don't do hints, kids.
but it was. I mean, it was actually a really fun race to watch. Speaking of wall kicks, I did have a question.
Okay.
When were you going to remember that you had pseudo boots?
Never.
Okay. All right. Well, good thing we've got real boots.
Yep. I'll
Well,
never
maybe-
remember that I have pseudo boots.
Maybe the potentially soon to be revisioned rules about auto tracking can convince you to start auto tracking because trackers will be able to track pseudo boots.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's cool.
Maybe that can sway you.
Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Like I said, this is just one of those seeds again. First time doing a pottery lottery. Crazy. But
Yeah, what? It seemed like you actually kind of knew where the pots like were, or at least you were pretty
did
thorough
I?
about the rooms, right? I don't know.
I
mean,
was thorough about the rooms. I couldn't tell you pots. I was like, I'm gonna run through all the room 4 times to see if I can find everything.
I mean, you knew about the pots under Eastern map chest.
Yeah,
But that
I
had to be
knew.
something.
True. But thank you guys for the restream. I'm looking forward to watching some of this back.
Oh yeah, it was a blast.
was fun.
You played very well. I mean, like your first sword was like 100 minutes. I mean, like I mean that hammer really got to work out. Like
It did. Shout out to dropping down again and trying to hit him to see if it was swordless.
Oh, yeah, that was really smart. I like that.
But yeah, I'm gonna head out, guys. Thank you. GG's again
Right.
to Willard. I don't know if he's gonna join, but
yeah, you have. In fact, I think I saw. Did you schedule a co-op race?
we did.
like
But
at 8
I
p.m.
got yeah, we did. But I got a message during the race. One of our opponents had to cancel it.
Oh, okay. So at least you get
So-
some on a break tonight.
Yes. But thank you again, guys. I hope you guys have a good night.
Yeah. Thanks, Wallkicks.
Thank you. You
Bye.
too.
Okay. I don't actually know if Willard wants to come in. But it was definitely a fun race. Is there anything said in
Yeah.
the race room? I don't have it open.
Yeah, same here. Let me give a point. That's GG's.
Alright. Well, just GG's. Maybe we can ask him if he wants to come in.
Yeah, that's good.
He appears to not be at his PC though, because he's not on his camera anymore. So maybe that's a no.
Okay. I mean, if you want to take a break, that's also fine. You know,
I
no
mean, this
interviews
wasn't
are
a
required.
long seed and some amount of heartbreak at the end, so I can understand.
Yeah, the heartbreak at the very end, like it was, man. I mean, because it really did sound like he wanted to do the backup desert, but maybe but there was something that was like actively pushing him against doing desert at the very end. And if he didn't get the hand from my cutscene chest, and if he really thought he got all the vital items, then I mean everything he did just makes sense. So yeah, I really can't fault him for that. I think it's just more of the system in this case. But okay, all right, then we can probably wrap things up a bit.
Oh wait.
No, wait.
Yes.
All right, okay. Well, then stand by. We will get him in here for a sec.
I'm looking at the. Hey, what?
Hi.
Yo, Willard, GG's.
GG's.
These.
Man,
I'm
I
sorry
gotta
about that.
ask, what is a vital item? Because I don't know anymore. I feel like it changes every game I play.
It's anything that can give you progression except for bottles, mushrooms, shovels, and powder.
So
I think.
an item can change whether it's vital or not, depending on the seed.
No.
So can keys be vital?
But these are always vital. Did you
Okay,
get
then
keys in
how
Desert?
is the hair small vital then in that seed?
What's the second item in Desert that's vital?
Well, it doesn't
Oh.
matter. What was the? It was the fire.
No, any key always counts as vital. Like it doesn't need to lead to anything.
Oh, well, that's dumb as hell. That makes zero
Yeah,
sense. What is the point?
it's
then?
really-
It's a useless hint. Oh,
It is, yeah. It's just it's just a stupid hint system because like the key
I-
can lead to one item, but the mushroom can as well. But that one isn't vital for
I
some reason.
hate
It's just very
like
stupid.
because I got the desert vital item hint and I was like, okay, well that could just be the big key that's in there and then one other thing. So I didn't want to push that because that felt like a lot of checks for 2 items maybe.
I see.
But yeah, like in that case, is the big key vital?
I think it doesn't count because it's not
Randomized.
like randomized outside the dungeon. Because
That's what I was
outside the
thinking.
dungeon, yeah.
So I got the Hera small and I was like, oh cool, vital. Maybe Fire Rod's behind it, but then it was nothing. I was like, well, okay, that's dumb. And then of course Fire Rod was immediately, but that didn't really, that wasn't the sealing deal there. I think I was already out at that point.
It was actually super close. Like
Yeah,
within a minute,
like-
and we weren't super sure who was ahead.
It was the Go Hyrule GT versus Go Desert play. That was the decision that cost me like 45 minutes.
Yeah, you were like super ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm
at the
sure.
point where you went to GT, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and after GT it was very, very close. I think Walkix was slightly ahead, but like way
What was-
like less
what was
than
his
a
go
minute
mode?
at most. Hookshot.
Yeah, okay. I felt really good about getting that hook shot. Like I felt great. But just spending like an hour looking for a fire rod feels horrible.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, that's yeah.
you know, I dipped, the first thing I did in TR was dip the front and I got the book and I said, oh no. But I almost would have preferred just never getting that vital item hint about desert at all. Then because I feel like that sent me away from it. But that was also partially because I didn't understand how the vital hint system works. And now I understand it, and it still doesn't work. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
it's just a terrible system.
So, I don't know if there's a better way to do it. I almost want to see it go more of like the way of the hero stuff in Zooter, but then like that could just lead you to something even worse or even more useless. But yeah, this seed was rough for a long time. I was happy getting Moon Pearl when I did, especially because I almost bought a hint and missed out on going into pod when I was over there. That was close. And then then it was just kind of play it slow, and I just needed to not get hacked by the last item, and then I got hacked by it. But ends the breaks. GG's to Wally. Thanks for the comms. Thanks for the restream.
Yeah, thanks for putting on an interesting but heartbreaking race until the end.
I love being in the lead for a long time and then losing anyway. It's great. Feels great.
Yeah.
So who do I play next? I think it's Fred or someone else. The winner of Fred and Skelly or Pika Pals. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I think Pika Pals and Skelly were talking about scheduling something, and then I don't know when it actually ended up landing, and then that plays Fred, and then they play you.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Well, dang.
Interesting.
I'm so bummed that I lost, but whatever. I'm gonna play something else now. Thank you guys again.
Yeah, thanks for racing, Willard. And yeah, sorry
Thanks.
about the very end. Like you did so well. The very, you all throughout. You made so many good decisions, and you played so well. It's nobody likes
Rando. No, stupid Harris. Why'd it have to be Harris Small too, man? Why couldn't it have been like another Pod Small or something else that I wasn't gonna go? It didn't matter at that point. Even if I gotten the Fire Rod right then and there, I don't think it would have. It would have been close, but I don't think it would have been enough. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Goodbye.
Right. See ya.
Bye. See ya. All right. Well, yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you all. Thanks, Wallkicks. Thanks, Willard, for racing. It's exciting. So I think Wallkicks is gonna play Tiso. That's on. Well, okay, they haven't scheduled anything, but that is their next round opponent, and. I guess, Willard will have to wait probably a couple more rounds before he can actually get his next round opponent. But I believe, actually, one more is actually on the docket for Mystery Pogchamp. Losers bracket round 3. There is Fear Agent versus Gem. Wednesday, this coming Wednesday in a couple days at 1 p.m. Eastern. So that should actually be quite fun. I hope you're looking forward to that, Gem.
Yeah, sure. I love this tournament. It's so fun. I hope we get
something like this, right? Yeah.
Yes, hopefully.
All right, just be wary of boots hints, or not boots hints, just hints in general. It's.
I will not read hints.
Yeah. Okay.
If there's more than 216 items, I'm not reading hints.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. Yeah. But yeah. So thank you so much. It was a ton of fun. Thank you so much for commentating. Hopping in midway. So this was actually quite a long seed. So glad I had company.
Yeah, no, I had a blast. Thanks for being a great co-com as always. Always happy to commentate. Even if it's for 3.5 hours.
3.5, that's right. Yes, that seems to be more par for the course for Mystery Pogchamp Season 10. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Andy's chat. That you guys get all the credit. Yes, that's how it works. Okay, yeah, and thank you so much, Dante. Basically taking the time to basically restream this. Really do appreciate you setting up everything. We literally just sat here and talked. You did everything else. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. So I think, with that, maybe we can close things out. Dante's gonna wrap things up, end stream. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening and weekend.
See you.